it is, I'm under the impression that everyone is dealing with some sort of mental disorder, some sort of mental chaos. Things are not all in a equanimous state in their mind. And some people are diagnosed with many different mental disorders. Many of them stem from anxiety and depression. And what I've noticed, many people come to me, I don't know why it is, but people come to me to talk about things, to get things off their chest. So apparently a therapist of some sort. And I found a commonality. And the common question I ask people now is, when was the last time you created something? And usually the depression has set in right at the moment where they stop taking on or working on whatever project it is. If we look at grandma, for example, you see grandma's happy. Every time you come over, grandma's knitting a quilt or something like that. And you're like, why is grandma living to 100 years old? Well, she's practicing her God faculty. If we were to try to succinctly describe what God is, maybe we can say God is a creator. And if ye are gods, as the Bible states, and we are many versions of God and his creations, then we are meant to create. So any human being that is not creating is not living up to their God potential. And that is going to create some sort of mental disorder in your mind. And you're not going to know why. But it's because you are not creating. We need to have these projects. We need to have something that we're working on, something that we love, something that we're passionate about, and do that daily. It has to happen daily. And like I said, the commonality I saw with people were they got away from that. Some people are artists, et cetera, et cetera. And I asked them, when was the last time you made some art? They're like, oh, it's been 2 weeks. Oh, there you go.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Views and opinions expressed by Hotep Jesus are those of Hotep Jesus and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Hotep Nation or any of its officials. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact our Office of General Counsel via the sheet of account. And Hotep and good.
2, 1, boom. Hotep.
Things are getting spicy on the timeline. The Grift Report starts right now.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Greetings, Hoteps. Welcome to the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. I'm your host, the Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the chat. Hotep to the Hotepistanis.
Hotep.
What's up, y'all? Wait, what the hell's going on here? Who in the chat? Who in the chat? Yeah, maybe I should have the screens like this. I'm not stretching to read the chat. Straw Dad in the chat. What up, bro? Steph Colonel, Meta Step. What up, bro? Oh, excuse me. Haram Life. Renee Vogel in the house. Hotep Yatu Saves. Jay Pylon. What up, man? Hope you guys had a good show last night. Make sure you check out Cannon and Jay. Also, check out the Haram Life podcast, one of our sister networks over here at Hotep Nation. How y'all been feeling, man? So check this out, right? This morning, I was Google searching something, and you know how they have that little box inside Google? Let's see. For example, it's called a knowledge panel. So let's type in just Candace Owens, right? Type in Candace Owens and see. Okay, cool. So let me share my screen. So you have this thing called the knowledge panel over here on the right-hand side, right? Now, Google controls that until you take control of it. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that. So I went to, as you can see, it has this button here. It says, claim this knowledge panel, right? So I was like, oh yeah, remember I had a knowledge panel? So I said, let me see what my knowledge panel is. And if you type in Hotep Jesus, I have no knowledge panel. There's just no knowledge panel. Now there used to be one. And then I hit that button one day that said, claim this knowledge panel. And they make you fill out all this information and dox yourself and whatnot. And I went ahead and I filled out the information. I doxed myself. I mean, Google already knows everything about me. So I gave them my information, all of that. And then I got an email back sometime later. It said, no can do, sir. Fuck you. That's basically what Google told me. They said, you can kiss my ass. You can kiss my white ass, said Google. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, all right. I'll just take that on the chin like a soldier. So when I saw it disappeared, I said, well, let's see what else is here. So I went to start scrolling, and then I saw at some point my name was mentioned on Reddit. And it says right here, Jesus Hotep is a danger to our security as indigenous, ... And excerpts here says Jesus Hotep is a danger to our security as indigenous peoples, from our Polynesian cousins to the Inuk to the tribes all across the Americas. So I clicked on it. And this popped up. It says here, Jesus Hotep, it continues, says, to the tribes all across the Americas. And I knew what this was about. You know, this is probably stemming from the conversation I had with Joe Rogan about black people being the natives here in America. And they say, first of all, they spell my name backwards. It's Jesus Hotep and not Hotep Jesus. I don't know what that's about. I've never seen it done like that before. It says Jesus Hotep. You know, people, sometimes they call me Hot Step. I've been called Hot Step Jesus. I think the first person to call me Hot Step was Charlie Kirk. We were at the Black Conservative Summit in Arizona. You know, I told this story to you about that event. Matter of fact, I should tell you another story about that event since we're here. So we're at the Black Conservative Summit, and this time we're at one of the breakfasts. And TBUSA was paying everything, so everything was tasting wonderful. I had some of the best breakfast. ABL, all the guys were there, right? And this lady barges in. And she's like one of these like raging liberals. And I think she saw all the MAGA hats, so she got triggered. So I figured, you know, well, let the diversity hire guy speak, Charlie Kirk. Let the DEI guy speak. So she starts talking about white nationalist groups. And I said, I kind of like the white nationalist groups. And then Charlie Kirk turns to me and silences me. be quiet. Don't say that. Now I can understand why he didn't want me to say something like that, because it could be quite triggering. But I figured since I was a DEI hire, let me speak to this white woman and tell her my experience instead of having a white woman speak for all these black people in this room with a singular white man. Because I think only Charlie Kirk was there and everybody else in the room was black. I was like, let the black people speak, Charlie. And so he, handled the situation, whatever, and she walked away. But the way he said it was very slave massa-ish. I was taken back. I was like, oh my gosh, did he just talk to me like that? Wow, this kid he's got some cojones on him. But I in a way, I admired it because I'm like, this kid is like 24 years old, but he feels like he's running shit. This is amazing. I was like, wow, I actually have to commend you for just feeling like a boss. So in a way, I was like, I wanted to be offended, but I was so impressed that I could not be offended. I was impressed. I was like, wow, okay. He's got a strong personality here. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to have any discourse with that white woman. And things did not escalate. But anyway, maybe Charlie made the right move. So coming back here, it says, Jesus Hotep is a man who claims radical Afrocentrism. Radical Afrocentrism? Damn, I'm a radical now? And how indigenous people are frauds. Now, I don't quite recall calling the indigenous people frauds. I don't recall saying that. I do remember pointing out the fraudulence in the abuse of the Dawes roll, aka the $5 Indian. But I don't remember calling indigenous people frauds. But you can't be the left without gaslighting. So it says this is the same with Mormons and other fringe groups. And now the Hoteps are being compared to Mormons. I've noticed their hostility towards us and getting more and more extreme. I think the future blood could be shed because of it. Bloodshed? Wait, what? And this is under Our India Country. That's the name of this community. Our India Country. And I guess this user's since been deleted. It says deleted. So the user has deleted their account. I don't know what that's about. But hostility and bloodshed? What? Hey, full disclosure, I ain't got no beef with nobody. I don't want no bloodshed with nobody. I'm not an extremist. I'm not a radical. I come in peace. I know this means victory, but still, I come in peace. Okay. I think this man is a hate movement leader. I'm a hate movement leader. Oh, shit. Wow. Hate movement leader, not too different from the KKK. Bro. Hey, yo. Oh, my God. KKK? So the Hoteps are now like the new KKK, where the goal is supremacy of the race. Wow. That's the goal? The goal is race? I can't imagine trying to have a goal of race supremacy. I'm over here trying to fucking turn Men of Order into a multi-billion-dollar company, and they're over here talking about race wars. Steph Colonel with the $5 super. He said, Jesus Hotep is the dark link. If you know, you know. Oh, so my alter ego is Jesus Hotep. So I'm Hotep Jesus, and my alter ego is Jesus Hotep. Strong Dad said, wait till you see my Reddit page. Oh, I know they was on your button. Pause. Speaking of button, we're going to get into that. So the goal is supremacy of the race. They advocate for, and it's effing disgusting. They will grow more and more loud as time passes, and I fear a future where they will harm us physically, mentally, morally, legally, and otherwise. Legally? Legally? I wish I had that much power to change some laws in this country. What in the hell? Let's look at some of the comments. Hoteps are effing weird. I know one in real life, and die makes me wish I didn't know him. Okay. 129 upvotes. Damn, never heard of them before. Okay, let's continue. It's the new modern form of the wackiest 5%ers, NOI, misogynistic, black supremacy ideas. Interesting. Okay. Then there's a whole paragraph here. I'm not going to read all of this. It's actually something I've had discussions about with my black allies. My black allies. And the vast majority of them agree that Hoteps are a serious problem and extremely toxic in the activist community. From what I understand, black supremacy and black nationalist movements are sort of a trauma response where a group of people were so forcefully disconnected from the traditional culture that they had to create a new one. However, that new one is based on a false or heavily distorted history, heavily influenced by the white supremacy that the group experienced. All of the black activists I associate with earnestly advocate for land back and decolonization. Wow. I met one at work. I don't know if she's a Hotep specifically, but she believes Africans are the original natives. She's nice otherwise, but it makes me so sad that people believe that stuff. He began his career on Twitter where he aimed to publish viral tweets. He went on to work as a marketer for 50 Cent's energy drink, and it was during his involvement in the hip-hop industry that he experienced his spiritual awakening. So they respond and said that isn't representative to what he really is and stands for. And they respond, I don't know, man. Anyone who represents an energy drink ought to be treated with suspicion by default. My first thought is a marketing guy whose aim is, they have bad grammar, by the way, whose aim is to publish viral tweets starting a crazy movement probably doesn't really stand for much. It says more about the people that follow him, and there's not much you can do for them. Damn. I deal with Hoteps all the time at lefty groups in the PNW. They're very real and very much do not like Native people. Wait, what? Hoteps don't like Native people now? But Mormons is still around with a whole ass state and we're chilling. I guess we're going to have a fuck the Hoteps thread every other week now. Oh, man. Okay. Can you provide some examples of his hatred and threats? This person says. Oh, man. They dug up an article I wrote. This is back when we were talking about the alt-right. Oh, man. How is he dangerous? I mean, I'm not agreeing with the damn thing he says. He's off guard. And Hoteps generally are ludicrous, but they have no purchase in any major political movement. True. They have no prominent government figures and limited capacity to sway anyone to their cause. This is true. So they wrote a nice defense here. So I repeat, Hotep Jesus is a loon. Okay, so much for defense. As are his ilk. But danger, real systemic danger, implies power and a desire to wield it violently. He has no power, nor does anyone else in the Hotep movement. And there's nothing about their ideology that would indicate any remote likelihood of them becoming suddenly popular like QAnon became with American evangelicals. I don't discount the possibility of some sort of isolated terrorist activity from that community. Damn. But isolated terrorist activities can arise from basically any ideology. And that's true. Yeah. So interesting things being said here. Rudy said, "This is hilarious. HJ, the Reddit trolls are on you like white on rice." Man, listen, these leftists are something else. I kind of wanna talk about the whole native thing. So there's this new movie with Leonardo DiCaprio out. Anybody check that out yet? And it's about the Osage tribe. Now, the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, these got to be some black folks, right? Obviously, I'm just speculating. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So it's right here, the Osage or Osage tribe. And it says the tribe developed in Ohio and Mississippi rivers around 700 BC. Okay, so this is a really, the name of the movie is Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah. And you see the Osage tribe here, and they have some images here. I'll pull up some images. Here's an image of them, right? And here you see them here. You see the Osage tribe, right? And they have that very much like Peruvian Aztec look to their phenotype, right? That Peruvian Aztec copper-colored people to their phenotype. Now, with that being said, what's this? Oh, it's a statue. What's this? Looks like a nice drawing of some sort. What's this? I just want to look at some of the images. I haven't, this was not prep at all. Here's some images of some drawings of them. Right. Now, in the movie, basically what happens is, it's not really a spoiler here, but basically what happens is the white man's mixing with the Osage tribe, and, basically what they want to do is they want to inherit their land. And in order to inherit their land, they marry into the tribe. And when they marry into the tribe, if their spouse were to die, then they would inherit said land. You know what I'm saying? So, my rough radical Afrocentric point of view says, well, what was the Osage tribe before the mixture with the white folks? What was their phenotype before the mixture with white folks? Or their mixture with the Mongols, right? Also, the mixture with the Aztecs, mixture with the Spanish, so on and so forth, right? So you want to tell me about people, but it's like, when was the camera invented? Like, what year camera invented? And then kind of mass produced. Our first camera is 1816, right? All right. So then you probably have to think about the mass production and sales of it. So, my radical Afrocentric view says these ain't the original natives. Maroon color, etymology maroon. Yeah. Haven't seen the movie yet, but it seems to be white man steals land type of movie again. Yeah, it's definitely that. Holden says, I'm a Hotep and I can prove my family lineage here. My thing is, we was all here. The white man came here, the black man came here, the Osage tribe was here. My thing is, I'm just adding nuance to the conversation. I'm just saying you can't say all black people were dragged here on slave ships. Some of them was already here. That's my only point. There was niggas here already, and that's already been documented. You got the Chickasaw tribe and the Choctaw tribe and the Seminoles. Everybody pretty much is in agreement that the Seminoles are a black tribe. So yeah, unfortunate that these things occur on the internet, but This is the internet. Anyway, let's get to the juicy part of today's presentation. Actually, before we get into that, let's go right here. Let's play this clip. Give people some time to come in. And all right, let's play this clip. Hold on a second. I thought this was funny. I thought this clip was absolutely hilarious. Hold on, let me pull it up on the screen.
People are coming back to their consciousness, sir.
Did you poison the food supply?
Yes, sir. There's no mineral left in the soil.
Are you feeding them negativity on the news?
Yes, sir. War and death.
Social media?
Yes, sir. Gender wars.
Damn.
Racism. It's not enough. They keep coming back. What do we do?
We need to lower their immune systems.
I thought we did that already with the virus, sir. What else can we do?
More poison. We'll put more poison in the crop field.
We used all the poison.
We'll poison the animals. The animals. And then tell them to eat the animals.
This is why you're our leader, sir. Put the poison in the animals.
Train doctors to not address the cause.
I see where you're going.
But only
the symptom.
So they'll get treated forever and eventually die. And we still get the money!
Sir, what about the people that have found cures for these diseases and are trying to help other people cure these diseases?
We'll make it punishable by law to say you can cure disease.
What about the people that know the truth about COVID?
Punishable by law to spread misinformation about COVID.
But sir, that's free speech. We can't pass a law like that.
We'll pay social media to take down people that even say the word.
This is so perfect. That's so perfect. Because that's definitely our world. That's definitely Western civilization and what we're dealing with here. All right, let's go to the next thing. You need the link to that? All right, hold on. It's on Chief Nerd page. Go to the Chief Nerd page. You'll see it pop up there. I just thought it was hilarious. All right, let's go to the... So yesterday we covered the Candace Owens thing, and I missed something. Mostly because the bookmarks on desktop Twitter do something very funky. So one thing it does is when I delete a bookmark, it'll bring it back like I didn't delete it. Another thing it does is it shuffles them. So they're not in the order in which that, I previously looked at or viewed them in. So I'm having to try and keep the bag slimmer so it has less glitches. And I think that seems to be working here, at least for the time being. So I wanted to bring this up. So this is Peter Rosenberg at Hot 97. If anybody doesn't know, I'm pretty much blackballed from Hot 97. So I had a podcast interview with Willie Dope, and I tweeted out on purpose. I knew Ebro would see it, but I said, if I'm not welcome, I want to make sure I'm not welcome. I don't want to go all the way to New York and I get to the door and they tell me I can't come in. So I tweet out on my way to Hot 97 studio for a podcast. 5 minutes later, I get a phone call from Willie Dope. Actually, I didn't get a phone call. I got a text message. He said, hey, man, we're going to have to reschedule that interview. Keep in mind, we confirmed the day before. I never did do that podcast. Gatekeepers. I remember being a kid and my greatest dream was to be on Hot 97. And I did live that dream out. When I was working for 50 Cent. We sponsored a Friday night event, and it was a Hot 97 event, and Bobby Trends was the DJ, and he was mad cool. Bobby Trends was mad cool. Like, dude literally let me take over Hot 97 for like 5 minutes straight. He was like, yo, whenever you want, just say something. Just press this button right here. And dead ass, took over Hot 97 for like 5 minutes. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. I remember my homeboy hit me the next day, like, bro, we heard you on Hot 97. You know what I mean? I'm like, we outside. I was just really ecstatic. So I did get to live out my dream. But I am pretty much blackballed because Ebro is the PD up there. He follows me on Twitter, but Ebro, I think he has a problem with me being aligned with MAGA, or however that thing goes. I don't know what it is. I'm a coon, a sellout, aligned with MAGA. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but he basically said, I will never be invited to Hot 97. And Peter Rosenberg is somebody else who I happened to meet, and I have to say that my meeting with him was not exactly cordial. He came off like an asshole. Moral of the story is these are our gatekeepers in black hip hop, 2 Jewish guys, right? And today we're talking about, is Candace Owens anti-Semitic, right? And so Ebro Darden is a Jew, and so is Peter Rosenberg. He is a Jew. So when people start saying that Jews are gatekeeping, I ain't here to ruffle no feathers, but these motherfuckers be gatekeeping. At least Peter Rosenberg or at least Ebro Darden, right? And when you read this tweet from Peter Rosenberg, this reads like gatekeeper. This reads like gatekeeper, okay? He says here, so sick of the idea that conversations need to be had with bigots, trolls, and immoral a-holes. Exchanging ideas among smart, good people is useful. Hearing a hateful hack babble about hate is not worth anyone's time. And he's talking about the fact that Candace Owens is having a discussion with Joe Budden. Now, you guys know how I feel about Candace Owens having a conversation with Joe Budden, so there's no need to rehash that. But I'm not here to say that the conversation shouldn't happen. If the conversation is 2 grown folk, they want to make a podcast, have at it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Why not? But they want to gatekeep and say who can speak to black people. That's really what it is. It's like this Jewish guy here, Rosenberg, is saying, don't let these 2 black people speak. Actually, let me let Candace Owens speak for herself. Let me find a tweet. Her response, I thought, oh, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was like, oh, really? Damn. Tell them how you really feel. Here you go. All right, I found it. So Candace Owens says, I love this so much. I don't know who Peter Rosenberg is, but I want to thank him for freaking out about me and Joe Budden speaking with one another. One of the topics me and Joe covered is who is exactly behind trying to prevent and fracture black American relationships via the media. Literally, who the hell is Rosenberg, who grew up in one of the wealthiest towns in America, to step to 2 black people who came from nothing to tell them they shouldn't speak? Who the hell is Peter Rosenberg? Serious question. Then she says, Peter Rosenberg, M-. I have to be clear, that's an M-. I would like to invite you to shut the hell up when black people are speaking to one another. Go off, Candy. Go off. That's what I'm talking about. It's always these white liberals trying to stick their nose in our business when we trying to have a conversation. You got a left black, a right black trying to have a conversation, and we can't even have a conversation? Don't platform Candace Owens? I would never tell somebody not to platform Candace Owens. I would never do that. I would never do it. So when she said that, oh man, that shit hit my bones. Pause. Wonderfully said. Mind your business. Ain't nobody ask you for permission. Says, then I guess she got somebody sent her the memo on his background. Peter Rosenberg is a plantation supervisor. Damn. His dad, MJ Rosenberg, worked on Capitol Hill for Democratic senators and House members for 20 years. Then worked with AIPAC for 6 years thereafter. As Joe Budden and so discussed, there is a government vested interest in keeping black Americans ignorant while they are fed filth. A 70% illiteracy rate is proof of that. Damn. Is Peter Rosenberg a plant? Damn. We got more. Hold on. There's more here. So this was fairly popular news, somewhat popular news on the hip-hop blogs this week. The hip-hop blogs ain't got shit to talk about outside of Diddy anyway. So let's go to the next tweet. So we know that now I need Goldstein on this one. Goldstein, help me figure out what the hell is going on here. I need to know. Okay? Now remember when Ben Shapiro dropped that rap song with that MAGA rapper, I forget his name, Tom McDonald, I think? Yeah, Tom McDonald. His name's Tom, right? Yeah, Tom. Tom McDonald. And Nicki Minaj responded to it. Here are Candace Owens' tweets. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Good. Nicki Minaj, LOL, Nicki Minaj asking the same question I asked yesterday. Literally, who is DJ Peter Rosenberg? And why does he feel he can regulate conversations between black people? These are questions that should be answered. Let's go to the tape. Another video that won't be able to be monetized, but who cares? It's all about the content. We do it for our people.
You know what? Like, I get it. Like, that's what you do. I guess to me, I just don't know your resume.
Ooh, I don't know your resume. So here's really what I want y'all to call in and tell me what the hell is going on. What is this shift into black popular culture with Candace Owens and Daily Wire? Is it? I need somebody to help me think this through. I am befuddled.
You know what I'm saying? So I never found you funny. I never found you entertaining. I never found you smart.
Damn.
I just found you annoying because, you know, I grew up in New York. Well, I've grown up on Hot 97, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know Angie and I know Flex and Mr. C and all these people. And
Ken Ra Divine said Cat Williams on Joe Rogan dropped an hour ago. Why are you going to tell everybody now, man? Now they're going to leave here and go watch the interview. We're going to watch it after, man. We're going to watch it after the Grift Report. Cat Williams on Joe Rogan. We're going to watch it after the Grift Report. Hold on, man. Got to keep my show going. Damn.
Whether they like me or whether or not we get along, I just know their resume. So that's why it was so easy for me to pick up the phone and talk to Flex and be like, what the fuck are you talking about, you know? But like with you, I was just like, who are you? To me, you don't have enough of a resume to make those comments. But, you know, you did, and it is what it is. For whatever reason, our paths were meant to cross like that. So it's over. You know what? Like, I get it. Like, that's what you...
Okay. So, as you can see, Peter Rosenberg is not exactly the most popular guy. Let's go back. And let's go here. Let's pull this up. This is where things begin to get spicy. So, Candace Owens says, she tweets February 28th, 2024, 12:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Pornography is an intentional weapon of mass destruction. It was designed to weaken men with an understanding of their physiological responses. It is also designed to drive men further into perversion. Time to look into the history and profiteering of pornography. So someone responds. And here's what they say. The response comes from a one Anthony Koch. Anthony Koch. Orthodox Jewish Miami Vice. Grand Master of the Knights of Jew Seder. I think he's a troll. This feels very trolly. Is he a troll, y'all? Let's see. Let's see if we can find some evidence. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's serious. Now this dude's serious. Wow. Oh, he's serious. Okay, let's go back. All right. I just want to know if we need to take this tweet serious or not. So he says, Candace Owens now straight up doing the Jews invented pornography to destroy Western men and Western society shtick. The American freak right strikes again. And then he gets community noted where they say she didn't reference Jews at all in her tweet. Now, I don't think my audience needs any introduction into the history of pornography as it relates to Jews. You know, it's funny enough, I got a Jewish homie. He's actually going to be at the Grifties. Shout out to my homie. And we had dinner one night, and we were talking. And you know what he said to me? He said, you know, before I was in this industry, I was doing data analytics for Pornhub. I was like, oh, shit, Jews into pornography. I was like, damn, bro. You just came to dinner just solidifying the stereotype. Ain't even hiding it. He good peoples, though. But I mean, I don't think it's any mystery of who has owned the big screen. Who has owned the big screen? And as the folklore goes, it's because they were blocked out of other industries that they had to move into film and alcohol. That's how the story goes. Anti-Semitism would not allow them into certain businesses, so they moved into, advancing theater and film, and along with film comes a little bit of booty shaking, a little bit of pornography. And then there's this one video. I'm not going to play it, but he goes into the history. It's like a Jew admitting that Jews created pornography. Well, not created, but I think what it is they were, they proliferated it. They really turned it into like the industry that it is now. It's no secret. It's anti-Semitic to tell the history and truth, right? But it is what it is, right? And then there's also the whole thing about World War II and Germany and Dolph and how, people say Dolph was burning books. Well, have you ever asked what books he was burning? According to lore, he was burning them pornography books. A lot of like trans stuff in there too. And then there's this other thing about, who pushed the gay revolution, and it's credited to one of the Tuttle Diggers. It just is what it is. But my question is, why is Candace Owens going down this platform? Why is she going down this lane? Now, I want to hear from you guys when you guys call in. What's your speculation? But my speculation is, matter of fact, I'm not going to give my speculation. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm going to give it to you. I'm kidding, motherfucker. Controlled opposition. I think it's controlled opposition, right? So it's like, what it could be is, first, before we get into the whole woo-woo, tinfoil kufi, let's keep it at the very basic level of business. Because it could just be good business. So you have Ben Shapiro and the rest of those guys taking a hardline stance, this is a hard right stance. Well, they're going one way on the Jewish question, and she's going another way on the Jewish question. So in a way, it's kind of like you get to corner the market, right? Because if everybody just went one way, you'd only get one audience. But if you say, hey, look, let's use the black girl to get that audience, then I'll have the audience over here. And then because we have both audiences, they'll create confusion and conversation, and there's going to be more dollars. And then the people start fighting, and that's more dollars. So at the end of the day, it's good business. Okay. Now, tinfoil kufi take is control opposition. So my mind wanted to pull something from history. So what do y'all know about the Rothschild sacrifice of Jews to push the migration of Jews into Israel? Y'all ain't heard anything about that? Anyway, I don't know the details. It's something that's out there. It has a lot of truth to it, right? So there may be a situation where, in order to increase power or to increase anti-free speech legislation, you have to create the problem. Hegelian dialectic, I think is what y'all call it. You create the problem so you can provide a solution. So maybe that's what Candace is she's the person that's been commissioned to create the problem. And then sort of, she's also like a honeypot, right? She could also be a honeypot where her rhetoric collects data. So when she says, who creates the prawn industry, I want to do a deep dive into this, then you get the people in the comments with their anti-Semitic remarks. And then, the powers that be get to catalog those names, catalog that data. What are they saying? How are they saying it? And it provides ammo for the Anti-Defamation League, right? So that could be a part of this. Could be a part of this, okay? Be careful. Hey, man, listen, man, I'm trying to be as careful as possible on this subject matter. But I'm safe because I got Jewish friends.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Hey, if you could have a black friend and not be racist, I could have a Jewish friend and not be anti-Semitic.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
All right. Now, okay. That's all I have to say about that. That's all. That's it. That's enough of that segment. I'm talking spicy, Jay. Look, I'm just telling the truth. I ain't talking spicy yet. I could get spicy. Let's go here. Staying on the topic of Trump and them and what's going on. Let's pull this up. Do I have both clips or is it one under the other? Okay, it's one after the other. Okay, here we go. So we got a couple of clips here from Charleston White. And I think he's somewhat close to the truth here. Or I can say that I somewhat agree. Let's listen.
No Republican panders to black people. Only Democrats. So he actually dropped that shoe for white people.
What'd he say? No Republican panders to black people, only Democrats. This is true. Says he dropped the shoe for white people. I think that's true.
Yeah. He made it known.
Now the dude running this podcast, he seemed surprised when he said Trump made these shoes for white people. Does he think Trump made these shoes for black people? You think Trump was like, yeah, let's drop some sneakers for black people? Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't know. Let's continue.
Didn't it sell out pretty quick?
No, in fact, it's gone.
So do you think he did that for black people? He didn't even market that to us. And what's he, listen, homie, this is what they know. They know black people are not reliable during the voting process. We have the lowest voter turnout every election.
I think that's false. Let's fact check. Voter, I could have sworn it's Asians. Voter turnout by race. I could have sworn Asians is the lowest. Hispanic. Y'all see right here? All right, let's take a look. Let me see. Let me put my eyes on this. It's consistent across the board as far as who's on top. Wait. Citizen, voting age, turnout. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the right chart. 2008. Oh, that's Obama. So at that point, you had a 70% turnout rate, and non-Hispanic black was leading. 2012, Obama again. Black people led. Then we get 2016. You guys remember that election. And it was non-Hispanic white. Then black. Then other. Then Hispanic. So other would be Asian. So the truth is Hispanics have the lowest voter turnout. Then other, which would include Asians. Yeah, Asians don't fuck with us. 2022. Okay, let's look at 2020. Yeah, 2020 is Hispanic. Hispanics at the bottom. So I just want to fact check them because I'm like, I don't think that's right. I think we're right below white people as far as voter turnout. Anyway, let's go back. Maybe he was talking about in the context of, white people and black people.
And it's so
I'll throw some bail.
Low that it's shameful. That's why nobody comes to us and say, hey, what do y'all want? And we'll give it to you. That's why they can reject things that Ice Cube sent to them, because they know what? Those group of people have the lowest voter turnout. And not only that, they are the least informed. So who relies on these voters? Not only that, they are not known for giving campaign donations. And everybody know that these people are into campaign donation. Part of these shoes, campaign fund. So why would I pander to you guys when you don't vote and you don't bribe?
We run the culture. We shift the culture.
You don't vote and you don't bribe. What does you running the culture have to do with us making law? You run a culture, but guess what? We own your culture.
Right. White people own the culture.
No. White people don't own the culture. A handful of Jewish people own your culture.
I don't know if this episode gonna make it, y'all. I condemn all acts of anti-Semitism, all rhetoric of anti-Semitism. I condemn the words of Charleston White.
White people own land, banks.
I thought the Jews owned the banks.
Real estate, stocks, deeds, trade secrets. We don't own your culture. The Jewish people owns your culture.
Jews are very nice people. Jews are very, very nice people. I love Jews of all types and varieties, except for the ones that be digging tunnels.
So we don't pander to you because you don't matter. Your vote don't matter. Your voice don't matter. That's why every police shooting, we listen to y'all for a while, then we tune y'all off. We don't matter. So, nah, homie, they're not homie, listen, nobody is thinking about us this election. That's why you don't see.
Go to the second part. He cooking a little bit.
We don't matter. So, nah, homie, they're not homie.
Who said I ate a bagel for breakfast?
Listen, nobody is thinking about us this election. That's why you don't see the get out and vote or die campaign.
Remember I said that? Goldstein said it. Unks, we all said it. Ain't nobody thinking about black folks this election, which was so weird to me that the Republicans or the conservatives or the right wing, whatever they are, the red whites, the reactionary movement, it was so weird to me that, they changed their posture towards blacks. It was, anyway.
That's why you don't see them using your rappers, your celebrities, saying, hey, y'all got to get out and vote. Remember they used to do that?
Yeah.
Vote or die.
Motherfucker.
Because, homie,
Diddy was pushing that vote or die shit.
They don't care no more. They realize, homie, it's to none effect.
Yeah, I hate the background music, yeah.
We don't swing no elections.
I don't know about that one. I don't know if we swing elections or not. I would need to speak to an expert like Sonny Johnson on that. I think we could swing elections. Because usually what happens is, you know, white folks are usually dead smack in the middle, 50-50, and they need somebody to break the tie. Right? That's what that, you know, extra 12% or whatever for the black vote comes in. So I don't know about that.
What do black people own? Do we own anything?
What do black people own? The Weather Channel. Well, technically he got a white wife, so okay, so we don't own the Weather Channel. What do black people own? What do black people own? What do black people own? Damn. Stumped.
Most of us have sold our masters. So from Future to Lil Wayne, Tina Turner, most of us have sold our masters. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Nightclubs and Jordans. We do own some nightclubs. We definitely own some nightclubs. Black people own words and style. A lot of kicks. I'm under the impression that the Electoral College decides who's in the White House. Well, that's true. That's true.
Lawrence Taylor, all of their jerseys.
Who said white women? Come on, bro.
And the white boys, Coliseum, stadiums, they're, you know, nigga, I don't think we own nothing.
Damn. Damn.
Shit, I mean, that's some real shit.
Nigga, I don't think we own nothing.
Oh, so I gotta ask you, cause stay right there because
our cars and clothes, that's about it.
Yeah,
and you
the
know,
media, we own shit that don't appreciate. Everything depreciates. But hold on, stay right there, cause
We got gold.
Yeah.
Like, we got a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Now that is one thing I'll say. People have talked about, you know, rappers buying jewelry and whatnot. And although they probably pay over, because there's labor going into some of the custom pieces that they make, they probably pay more than what the actual jewels and stuff are worth. However, just like the red whites are like, I buy gold and I buy silver. Well, if black people are buying gold, technically it's the same thing, right? So I was one of those people when I was Ali Shakur, I was like, yo, ain't nothing wrong with having jewelry. Like, that's something that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to collect jewelry, right? You're supposed to collect this gold and these precious metals. That's what the wealthy do, right? So I think that is one thing we do get right.
We got a lot of gold.
So wait. So Trump was at a rally. He's like, man, the lights are so bright. All I see is black people. Yeah, all I see is the black ones. And then he goes off to say, like, he's like, man,
I don't know what clip he's talking about. What is this? All I see is black people, Trump. What clip is he talking about? Where? I'm gonna have to check. Oh, let me check Google. When did Trump say this? I don't remember this. Oh,
let me show you how we do stuff around here.
Oh, this is new. Hold on now. Let's take a look. Let's see if this is fake news or not. That's really what I want to see.
Thrilled to be here tonight with crooked Joe Biden's absolutely worst nightmare. Hundreds of proud, black, conservative American patriots. This November, black Americans are going...
Oh, this was at the black conservative thing. Oh, okay, yeah.
...to tell... You all watch The Apprentice, right? They're going to tell crooked Joe Biden You're fired. You're fired. Get the hell out of here. Everywhere Joe Biden puts our citizens last, I will put you first.
I want the clip. That's a whole 7-minute video. Nobody got time for that. Where is this? Is this real, y'all? Is this clip real? Watch the whole speech? We ain't got time to watch the whole speech. He was joking about white people. I only see teeth in the dark. Is a normal, everyday, quasi-racist joke. Is not that deep. Yeah, I don't know if I would take offense to that. Trump was being sarcastic, referring to how Biden panders to the black vote. Oh, okay. 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 All right. So let's go back. Because the next statement I do remember.
And I've been indicted so much, the black people just accept me. There I go, indictment. And he's just saying this shit. I'm like, whoa. And I know Trump's your guy. But when he's just pandering us like that, like, wow, I've been indicted so much that the black people take me as one of their own. I'm like, wow, wait.
I don't think Trump said that.
Listen, he's not talking to us.
I know. Boy, here.
He's doing that to evoke a reaction. Same way when I be talking about, man, he peckerwood, white folk, woo. Homie, he's using that as talking points to generate a base. So he's kind of using like reverse racism, like.
Reverse racism.
And he's reminding black people, the people that y'all vote for are the ones that put these criminal laws over y'all. Mass incarceration law. So what he's doing, he's reminding black people that all the trouble and crime that they've been into is associated to the president they voted for. He's using rhetoric, homie. But we getting stuck on his words and not paying attention to his rhetoric. Yeah. Nah, homie, he ain't talking to us. He talking to his base, just like they talk to their base when they come tell us, vote or die. Just like when Hillary Clinton had the hot sauce in her purse. They're talking to a base of people, homie. This is political rhetoric.
What he about to say right here is the realest shit.
And black people don't know how to recognize because we listening with our emotions. We ain't listening for the hidden. Nah, homie, we tune into politics with our emotions, and we don't understand the political rhetoric that comes with this shit that play on our emotions.
So Biden himself on the other side, of course he's getting old.
That's real. That's real. From some of the reactions I see from, what did Nerd call them? App blacks. APP blacks, app blacks, blacks that be on these apps. He called them app blacks, Nerd Nash. App blacks, I love that we're specific about this because we can't say all black people. We can't say black people. App blacks, like these new blacks, these brunch boots, Negro blacks, these leftist blacks, these liberal blacks, these progressive blacks, these Black Lives Matter blacks. They do look at politics from their emotions and not from logic. I see a lot of emotional reactions. That is true. That is true. And I mean, it goes across the board. It's not just them. I mean, the right is just exhibiting a plethora of evidence that shows that they're also emotionally controlled by some of these things. Some of this rhetoric and content. Hold on a second. I want to pull up. Did I see? Okay, this is one. I like to highlight other people that I follow, because today I saw somebody started following Shaq Toshi because he called in yesterday. I like highlighting people, to show you who's in my network, et cetera, et cetera. All right, here we go. So Steph had a couple of good tweets here. This is Steph is dope. He runs Noir Airbnb, Airbnb competitor. And he says, the same demographic who spent years and built careers demonizing black men like a KKK grand wizard are on here crying, throwing up because Joe Budden did an interview with Candace Owens. Shut up. Just because you use shea butter doesn't mean you're not an enemy. You're the ops too. Damn. So he's really talking to a black audience here and basically saying, these app blacks are, they're cock blocking. They're cock blocking, but they ain't cock blocking when it's Biden. He's got another one here. He says, where are the black politicians that discuss policy and show themselves doing valuable, beneficial work for their communities and constituents? All I ever see is them crying about Republicans, complaining about something trivial and trying to take away everyone's gun rights. So, he's definitely talking about them blue blacks, them black, what is it called? The Black Caucus Congressional Committee, whatever the fuck, the toxic blacks that are supposed to be representing us in Congress. That's what he's talking about. And they're pretty bad. I mean, I listen, I don't even know how why can I never remember her name? The one that looked like James Brown. What's her name? Why I never can remember her name. And she sits on the House Financial Services Committee. And I'll be listening to the hearings. And I'm like, yo, why is she here? I say that about majority of people on that committee. I'll be listening and I'm like, yo, bro. So when they have the House Financial Services Committee hearings, I think the speaker there is Barr. His name is Barr, last name Barr, B-A-R. And what they do is they usually bring in experts to testify or whatever the hell it's called. And he's like, cross-examining the witness or whatever this situation is called, right? And usually they look like idiots because the people are like, yo, what kind of question was that? Like, I remember Barr asked a question about Basel III, right? And Basel III has a lot to do with raising the reserve requirements for banks. And, he said something about Basel III, and the guy was like, that's not even mentioned in Basel III. And it's like you asking questions about stuff that you don't even know what you're talking about. Maxine Waters, thank you. Maxine Waters, I can never remember her name. I did a whole ritual on trying to remember her name. Like I said her name over and over again. I did a bunch of things. I cannot remember that woman's name, and it's probably for a reason that I do not understand yet. But yeah, that whole House Services Financial Committee, I mean, most of them, I guess all of Congress is just trash. Even when they had the people come in talking about big tech and big tech censorship, I'm like, what kind of questions are these? You guys aren't even cutting to the root. Just wasting our time. All right, let's go back. All right, let's end off here. I got a little big brain lesson for y'all today. I can't let y'all leave out of here without enriching your mind. So, Raw Alerts is basically saying that, well, I'll just read it right here. It says, thousands of ex-creators, including our account, have been hit by a significant ad revenue sharing pause, causing major concern across social media site platforms as many creators are reportedly canceling their premium memberships. Currently, thousands of ex-creators, including our account, are facing a significant pause in ad revenue sharing. This has raised major concerns across the social media platform, leading to many creators, both big and small, reportedly canceling their premium subscriptions. The problem seems widespread, affecting accounts of various sizes, with thousands facing demonetization almost every day. And he tags Elon here, Linda Yaccarino, and others, and then he has a video here playing of all the accounts that have been demonetized. Now, the day before this went out, which in a way seems quite prescient of myself, Mr. Jesus Hotep, because here's what I wrote. I'm going to pull this up for you guys are not aware. I have a daily newsletter, and I basically I disclose some gems in my daily newsletter. Every day I send a gem, something that I discovered or discovered in the past, or, something I'm going through. I share that with you. So I'm very open with my audience. Okay. And it's this one. Okay. Is there like a link to this? I wonder if there's a way. Hold on. It used to be. All right, it's all good. Let's do it like this. All right, let's put this on your screen. And then you'll see it here. Boom. Okay, so it reads like so. I said, my intuition told me that the quality of content on Twitter would decrease when Elon started paying users to tweet. But that demon is more insidious than I had anticipated. More and more Twitter users are selling out for Elon bucks. We can't even call them content creators because they don't create content. They repurpose / steal other people's viral content. But what will they do when Elon closes that program or it becomes less profitable? Do you know what I've always put above making money, going viral, and even marketing? Branding. I've always preferred building a brand over everything else. This is a long-term strategy. It's something that no one can take from you. It's the reason why people will follow you anywhere. It's the thing that makes friends and family talk about you. When Elon cuts off the faucet, where will these people quench their thirst? Their followers will hardly remember them. They are only an aggregate of news and clips you can find anywhere. They are not memorable. They will be forgotten. And if they are remembered, what will they be remembered for? The guy that posts viral videos? How do you pass that down to your son? While they spent time looking for a quick buck, they lost time learning how to build an audience around a brand. But most importantly, they lost time learning about themselves. I call these people chasers or grifters. They chase hustles for quick cash. But I couldn't imagine going through the stress of always looking for the next hustle. Building a brand comes with peace of mind. Every year it grows stronger and requires less and less attention, which allows you to focus on you. In a decade, they'll be looking for the next hustle. You'll be chilling on a white sand beach, sipping sweet Mai Tais with big booty Asian girls giving you a good rub down because you sold your brand for millions or billions. One approach gets you money now. The other approach gets you wealth forever. Take the long-term approach. Don't sell out for Elon bucks. But how do you build a brand that creates a cult-like following? Try Dominate Twitter, the guide that all the popular influencers have read. HotepJesus.com/Twitter. Thank me at 1,000,000. P.S. I can't help but question if this brand killer is part of the bigger design. What if by having people sell their souls for Elon bucks, the big brands have less competition because fewer brands are being created? That's one hell of a plan to kill competition. Think about all that's being stripped from us when new brands are not being created. Think about all of the inventions that could have been. Think about all of the ideas that are lost to quick cash. Man. So that's from my daily newsletter, HotepJesus.com. You can go there and sign up, or HotepJesus.com/sub. And I drop gems on you. And you might need to have a little bit higher IQ to pick up on what I'm putting down. But the lesson here is about brand building, right? So, like I said, you have some people who just come up with quick hustles and they get money and they make a lot of money, right? But they're always having to chase that next hustle, right? They always have that stress of, okay, where's the next bag going to come from? Instead of slowly building a sustainable business, right? And I've always been about like, I'll just build a sustainable business. In the past, where I went wrong was I always tried to help people build their business. Men of Order is my first opportunity after spending 2 decades helping other people build their brands. I finally was able to sit down and say, you know what? I'm going to build my own fucking brand because I know how to do this shit. And you motherfuckers don't. So what do we have here? We have a situation where instead of being a quick cash hustler, you're building a brand. Now let's talk about brand building for a second here. And my brain forked, so I have to choose which one of these directions I want to go in. All right. So what is branding? Branding is consistency to the third power times reputation. Consistency to the third power times reputation equals branding. That's my own formula. It's patented, so don't try and steal it and act like it's your own. I created that out of thin air. So that's branding. Your reputation to the third power. Consistency to the third power times reputation. Okay? So branding really equals reputation. Okay? But it's the things you do consistently over and over and over again. Now, what happens is you have two types of money-making schemes, right? You have the brand building scheme, and then you have the quick cash scheme, right? So a quick cash scheme could be something like drop shipping or, Amazon sellers, right? And, doing a whole arbitrage thing. So basically what you're doing is the branding work is already done. You just got to buy the shit at a low price and sell it at a higher price. So basically you're just a hustler, right? You're just like a fucking hustler / middleman. So you become really good at being a hustler / middleman. However, you know nothing about building a brand. You know nothing about marketing because the products you sell, the company who created that product figured out the marketing and branding, and you're just passing it along to the other person. Same thing with drop shipping. When everybody came out with the fidget spinners and they came out with the boogie boards or whatever those hoverboard things were called, the marketing was built in. All you had to do was sell it, right? So now the same thing's happening online where people don't create viral content anymore. They steal people's viral content. So at that point, you never even learn how to make viral content. Now, if you had to sit in the trenches and make content over and over and over again, you learn, okay, here's what works. And then you can duplicate that for various industries. I'll give you an example. Hold on. And for anybody who doesn't know this, like biz dev and marketing is my expertise. Like that's what I've been doing for 20 years. Biz dev and marketing. And I used to tell businesses that I used to consult, like, marketing isn't really it. It's about branding, right? And it was funny because I was listening to a marketing podcast the other day, and it was Neil Patel's podcast, Marketing School, fabulous podcast. Listen to it every day. And they were talking about these $100 million companies and top of funnel, bottom of funnel. And all these $100 million companies are talking about, return on ad spend and spending money and spending on advertising. And he said, it's come to a point where it's so saturated with ads now that the cost of a click is not as cheap as it used to be, which means your ROAS, return on ad spend, your ROAS isn't as high as it used to be. So he said what they're doing now is they're having to go back and take a look at, well, what are you doing as far as branding is concerned? And I'm listening to the podcast and I'm like, yo, this is the shit I said 5 years ago, where like, if you don't have a huge budget, let's focus on branding so that whenever we run an ad, at least we're getting some long-term value. But the issue is with a lot of companies is they're rushing to meet numbers so they can go get another round of investment, right? So you got your seed round and you got your Series A, Series B. Really, they're just trying to get the next round of investing. They're not actually trying to build a business. They just want the next round of investing. And investors are looking, well, what was the growth for the last period? What is your AAR? What is your ARR? All these different things. So that's why I had to get away from consulting, because it's like nobody really wanted to build a business. They just wanted to get to the next round of funding. And I thought that was really peculiar. So I'm listening to the podcast and I'm like, wow, this is shit I've been saying. Focus on branding, right? Now, the issue is everybody knows how to steal viral content and make that viral content go even further. Like, a fight video. It's like, okay, so you make fight videos go viral. Took a lot of brain power to do that. Meanwhile, you got this guy, Hotep Jesus, who's over here and he's mastering branding. And we don't have an ad spend. And we do pretty good for ourselves. We like literally do almost close to no ad spend. Now, there will be an ad spend in the future, but like I told the team at Men of Order, like, nah, we're going to stay right here in branding and tighten and tighten and tighten and make sure everything, because what happens is you got a funnel, right? They call it a funnel. And you got the top of the funnel, that's where the ads are. And at the bottom of the funnel, that's where people purchase. So you pour people in the top of the funnel and then people purchase at the bottom. The issue is when your branding ain't tight, you got holes in your funnel, so you're leaking, right? But if you got tight branding, when people come in the funnel, they just buy because you've created a reputation around your brand. You've created branding. So you might look at people like I had, we talked on a phone call. We were talking about, other people and how they got millions of followers and all of that. And I'm like, I kind of like where I'm at, where I'm sort of like mid-level, right? Like I'm not super famous, but I'm also like not unknown either. And it keeps me in a nice little pocket and allows me to just continue doing what I'm doing, which is branding and building a reputation and building a community. And so when you look at something over the long term, I'm going to be laughing in 10 years. Like, yo, I told y'all still going to be on Twitter. When we're in Hotepistan, on the island, chilling, on the beach, drinking coconut water, y'all still going to be on fucking Twitter grifting for Elon bucks. Because you never learned how to build a brand. So I implore everybody, if you're looking to get into business, I do consulting for individuals or businesses now. So if you want to holler at me, you can holler at me. We could talk, figure out what works for your budget. But, and I do that every once in, I probably take maybe 2 contracts a year as far as consultant concerned. I don't do any outreach. Again, my reputation precedes me. So people usually reach out to me and say, hey, I heard you're the guy I need to talk to. And I'm like, all right, you right. I am the guy you need to talk to. And then, we put something together. But I want you guys all to, take this information. If you're looking to build a business, focus on branding. And branding has nothing to do with the logo.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Branding has nothing to do with the logo. The logo falls under branding, but it has nothing to do with logo. But we're out of time, so I can't explain what branding is. I might drop a course. Actually, I am going to drop a course, but I'm not going to drop a course until Men of Order is a 6-figure company. And how far are we away from that? Hold on. I'll tell you right now how far Men of Order is from becoming a 6-figure company. $2 months. My estimation is about 2 months here. I think we're probably 2 months away from being a 6-figure company, maybe 3, depending. But Men of Order is technically going to be a 6-figure company, but the goal is not to be a 6-figure company. The goal is to be a fucking, 10-figure company. And we already have a lot of that stuff mapped out too. And another thing I've told my team over at Men of Order is, I've never lost. Like in business, like I've never taken an L. Well, I've taken a bunch of L's, but I've never had a business fail that I was in charge of, right? And I'm speaking about mostly like my record label. Now, we weren't measuring that in dollars and cents. We were measuring in the success of our artists, and we had tremendous success for our artists. And I noticed that when I'm in charge, things tend to be successful. You look at the success of Hotep Nation. When I touch shit, the shit fucking turns to gold. I'm not here to toot my own horn, but fact is motherfucking fact. And I noticed that when I was consulting for other businesses, it's like I'm working for an idiot, So now that, I'm running Men of Order and I'm the CEO of Men of Order, this shit about to be crazy. It's about to be mad loopy. And the fun part about Men of Order being mad loopy is we get to hire people.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
That's the fun part. So when somebody calls me up and says, Hotep Jesus, I'm not doing too well, I got laid off from my job, I go, well, we got job positions open in here. And now you can really start to help people. And that's the fun part, when we get to open up an office and start hiring people and really moving out here. But anyway, coming back to my main point, once we become a six-figure corporate company, I'm going to drop a course on how to make a six-figure business in 2 years or less. And I'm going to be upfront, too, about how much money you need to spend. I'm going to be quite upfront about that, because some people want to build a brand and they have the capital, don't know how to do it. So this isn't, and this is also geared towards people who have a following. I think I'm going to make the course for people who already have a following, because it's different when you don't have a following. I can show you how to do it when you don't have a following. The rules pretty much are the same, but I'd rather deal with something that's, one-to-one comparison to what I actually did, because I have a following built in. All right, let's go to the phone lines. I got to bless y'all with the big brain shit. Oh, wait. Oh, I meant to show y'all this. Hold on real fast. So, branding, right? So, okay, good. So, I'm sure many of you noticed that I've changed my strategy, my content strategy. Right? I'm now going for these Gotham-looking fitness videos working out, right? And you can see some of the numbers here. Now, here's what's interesting, right? I'm going to show you something. So let's look at something like this, for example, right? It says antivirus software, 1,852 views. Workout of the day, catches cam, 1,780, right? You see that? Well, let's do that. Let's compare apples to apples. So here's catches cam, workout of the day, 67 likes, 1,780 views. Now, we did another one that was workout of the day. This one got 70 likes and 2,700 views, all right? Now, the difference is this cost me $10 to make, because that's how much the editor costs. He charges me $10 per video. This cost me nothing to make. Also, there's elements of branding involved here. The Men of Order hoodie. Remember, we talked about consistency to the third power, consistently showing the same thing over and over again. And then also me, IRL, right? Fitness, and then the motivations. Now, the thing I'm playing with now is what resonates with the audience. Now, I noticed that the highest engagement was the video on the cure for depression. And the lowest one is probably going to be this one here, which is about, making yourself better or whatever it is. And there's probably various factors that contribute to the success of this. But I wanted to show you this to show you the early results of my new branding strategy, my new content. See, people call it a content strategy. I call it a branding strategy. And this is how we look at business different, because people look at it as content. I look at it as branding. And that's why they lose and I win.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Because they're trying to create content. They're trying to create likes and plays. And I'm looking at it like, what is the impact I leave on your brain? What do you say about me? What do you think about me? And I said this in many interviews and meetings where I said, okay, so two things I got to tell you now. How do you measure impact? You can't, right? So the reason why digital marketing has been so powerful is because people said that you can track attribution, sales are coming from here and we did this and we got more sales. And I'm listening to the marketing podcast and he's like, yo, attribution is a black box. We have no clue where that sale came from. And he said, he was being hyperbolic when he said this, but he said we can only see about 1% of attribution. The other 99%, we have no clue where it came from. For example, somebody clicks on Cash's Cam's link or Strong Dad, menoforder.com/StrongDad. He gets credit for that sale. Somebody clicks on menoforder.com/StrongDad And we go, oh, Strong Dad is where that sale came from, when it could have been just me mentioning it here on a podcast. But what's not in that is, well, how many times did they see the brand? Did they see Cassius post it, then me, then they saw it on the show, then they saw it here, then they saw it. And then how long was that? Was this purchase decision over a course of 30 days, over 90 days? So you actually have no clue where these sales come from. And that's why I said you got to come back to branding, because if you can't attribute what you're doing in marketing to something, at the very least, you can build a brand, build a reputation. At the very least, you can do that. All right, class is over. Let's go to the phone lines. Text Hotep in your name, 202-596-5631. Text Hotep in your name, 202-596-5631. And I'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
Goldstein on the check-in. Goldstein, what's good with you, bro? Happy Hotep Thursday.
Happy Hotep Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
What'd you say? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Did you see the segment on Candace Owens?
I did.
What help me understand what the hell is going on here? Also, I want to add in, not only is there a connection to the Jewish thing, but why is she coming into the hip hop stuff and getting so much praise or reception is the word I'm looking for here.
So you're wanting to know what exactly is going on with her as it pertains to that?
And the Jewish question, like what's going on with Candace? She seems very hot right now. She's definitely in the runnings for Grift of the Year. You know, why is she pushing this Jewish rhetoric? And then also, secondly, you know, what's going on with the hip hop community?
I have just a fucking one of them far out ass opinions about the Jewish question and this broad.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of them fucking religious based ones and shit.
Okay.
So it's not really everyone's cup of tea. And it takes a lot to get into, you know what I mean? Not necessarily. You know, fuck it. I'll just say it. She is setting up the real Jews for the slaughter.
Thank you for calling in. I appreciate Goldstein. Enjoy your day. Yes, go off, son.
I mean, shit. There's just a concerted effort that's it's already been written. It's already been foretold. You know what I mean? And these people use the actual motherfucking chosen people of God, the Israelites, the Hebrews, whatever you want to call them, the actual ones. They use them and their reputation to fucking skirt all kinds of dumb shit throughout societies. They fucking subvert societies. And they just bring shit to a halt all so they can just suck all the resources out of that motherfucker. They are not Jewish people. This is why I don't necessarily stand for rhetoric that's condemning of Jews without being specific.
The Molochians.
Exactly. They are the people who fly under a fucking devil worshiping star. And there's no way around that. You cannot explain it away. That is what it is. That is what it has been for fucking hundreds, if not thousands of fucking years. You have a whole goddamn nation flying under that motherfucker. You're not to be trusted. Period. But people just get lost in the sauce of all the shit they create around it all. We're from here, we're this branch here, that branch there, and all kinds of dumb shit. Meanwhile, the entire time, the evidence is flying right in front of your fucking face and has been since, what, 1948 now?
Yep, right there.
So I'm not trying to hear shit about what these motherfuckers are talking about when it comes to what they may sound like. Like, she may sound like she's red-pilled. She may sound like she's based. She may sound like she knows what's up.
Yeah.
She doesn't know a goddamn thing. Otherwise, she would say it. Right? But she knows exactly what they feed her in order for people to sentimentally turn against Jewish people, the actual ones.
Yep.
Because of what these fucking insurgents have done to the name. And then they fucking get slaughtered while these motherfuckers maintain their distance from the fray. And they continue to just leech off society. So that's my opinion on Candace Owens. She's playing for the fucking team. She's playing for their team. That's
what I assumed it was. That's exactly what I assumed it was. Yeah. Just help carry out the plan. Does she know, or is she unwitting? What's your guess?
I'm thinking she's witting. My guess is she's witting. She's too, from what I know of that personality type that she displays and has displayed ever since she was a fucking Democrat. So if you were looking for a through line, you're not going to find it in her political ideologies or her stances on social topics, because those have shifted over the course of her fame, if that's what you want to call it. But the through line is that personality trait that she has. And those type of people, they are used, don't get me wrong, but they also want to do some using along the way. So she's privy to what the fuck she's doing. Right? She's married to a fucking, well, you know that dude. So, I mean, she knows what she's doing. She works for Ben Shapiro. He definitely knows what the fuck he's doing. They beam that shit to his hat. So
That's fucked up. I'm gonna act like you ain't just say that. K2 the Dams over on Rumble, $1 super. He says, or $1 rant. I think they call it rant. $1 rant. Candace using a play on words to call out the hypocrisy of left-leaning ideology, like what Peter Rosenberg uses while still trolling with the race card. Gotta read in between the lines. She's genius.
Nah, listen, fuck all that. I'm gonna tell you what she's doing. She's using the same motherfucking shit, the same motherfucking talking points that they've been using for how long and have gotten zero traction. That's what she's doing. She's using the same shit.
Same
She's not being specific. Yeah. She's not being specific. She's just using the same shit. So if you want an equivalent, it's the same shit they do with the fucking statistics or niggas or cops and all that. They use these same dead ass talking points that have zero nuance and gain zero traction. They're only there, and they're regurgitated by these talking heads. They're only there to antagonize people. That is it. So you're saying that this she gets out there and she says what she says about dude, and she kind of alludes to the whole thing, and she's looking a little bit anti-Semitic, but she ain't really getting to the nitty-gritty of shit. Like, yo, this dude right here, this specific person right here, none of that shit. So if you don't know these things, all you do is you get in there, you start fucking splashing around, and you muddy the fucking water. Some people do that by accident, and you can always tell who those people are. And some people do that shit on purpose, and you can most certainly tell who those people are. And one big clue is they usually have multi-million-dollar motherfuckers backing them.
I can't wait to be that person with multi-millions that get to just make people something. Like I might put a mill behind Goldstein.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I'll create a corporation with Goldstein, put a mill on it, and it'll be the Goldstein Corporation, and we'll just fucking do something with it. A podcast, because we're going to have a studio. We about to have a studio too. Look out for the Hotepistan studio. Look out for that. You know what I'm saying? Fucking relocate his whole family out to Hotepistan. Hotepistan might be built around the studio. I think that might be the focal point of the first beginnings of Hotepistan is the studio, right?
Right.
And then just slowly move people out. We're gonna be out of here. I'm telling you, I got the whole vision, y'all. I got the whole vision. The vision is not the issue. I'm at least 10 years out. I haven't even begun on my 25-year plan. The 10 years is done. Chad said it sounds like a bank. Go ahead. Say what you guys say?
No, go ahead.
No, I ain't had nothing.
Oh, because I was just gonna say after today's show, you might need to speed this whole process up.
Listen, I got a Jewish friend. I'm good.
Right?
Like me and this Jewish friend, we about to do business together. And then when I pop out with him, look out for the conspiracy theories. When I pop out with him, look out for the big money moves. I got one. He's mad cool. I'm trying to tell you, he's mad cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm good. As long as you got Jewish friends, you good.
Yeah, I got at least a couple on tuck.
You see what I'm saying?
Plus, I'm fucking Goldstein. Come on.
And you Goldstein. You already in the family.
I've been paying homage.
I got Wendy O. I got Miss Teen Crypto. Who else we got? I got my homie that I was just talking about. Who else we got? Leah. I think Leah Jewish. You know what I'm saying? You good. Here's the thing about Jewish people, man. They about their business. They stand on business.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
They're my kind of people. They're my kind of people.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, for anybody who's paying attention, God damn it, let me tell you something right now, all right?
Mm-hmm.
You check them people that you just named. Wendy O.
Alex
Leah.
Stein, my bad. I forgot about Alex Stein, but go ahead.
You got all these people. Check their resume.
Mm-hmm.
If they start acting weird around eclipses and holy days, them motherfuckers ain't Jewish. They ain't Jewish.
This a real Hotep brother.
Damn. Shit.
We had a whole goddamn nation go fucking buck ass wild right before a motherfucking solar eclipse. October 7th. Remember that?
Yeah.
Nigga, they ain't Jewish. That's some other shit. We think because motherfuckers wearing suits and ties that they ain't still out there trying to cast spells and do all kinds of weird ass shit. No, they doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Chad said half his son basketball team is Jewish. Shout out to them. They're my niggas. You know, Jewish people was the first NBA, right?
Yeah.
That was the first league. Them niggas was balling. I'm telling you, like, that's why we got a strong, like, connection to them. Them niggas do music, dance, and be balling. Them niggas used to play basketball.
Bro,
heavy.
I'm going to tell you right now. I hate to admit this, but it's the truth. Found out not too long ago, mind you. I found out that Mexicans invented basketball, nigga.
They invented it?
Damn near.
Word? I thought they invented baseball. That's Dominicans.
They took that. They didn't invent that. They took the shit out of
took that shit.
But as far as basketball, they have a game in antiquity that is like damn near a replica of that shit. It's just they didn't fucking touch the ball with their hands, so it's kind of like soccer.
Yeah.
They used to bounce that shit off their hip, and the hoop used to be way up on a motherfucking thing, and it used to be sideways.
Oh.
And they used to have to get it through that shit. And I
Like
think like if
Hogwarts.
they get it through that, if they get it through that shit, then the motherfucker wouldn't eat their heart or some crazy shit. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Jabari said the Aztec game. Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
imagine hooping for your life, nigga. Like, when I slam dunk that motherfucker, boy. Ah! You know niggas was training for real. Damn.
For real.
All right, man. Let me get to the
I'm gonna
next
let you
caller,
get to
bro.
it.
All right, yo.
All right, bro.
Ghosting on the check-in. I had a couple of questions here from some people about Men of Order. Somebody said, how long has Men of Order been around? About 2 years. Or maybe longer. I think the brand has been around longer, but it got acquired. It got acquired by me. I acquired the company. Can you explain Men of Order? All right. So what Men of Order is, it is a supplement company designed for active men. If you's a bum ass nigga, don't. No. If you're gonna be fat, if you're gonna stay inside the house, you're not gonna go outside, get sunlight. If you're not gonna work out, don't take my shit. Leave us alone. Cause I don't want your terrible ass review. Oh, I tried, it didn't work. You didn't do shit. You sat on the couch playing Final Fantasy Rebirth for 35 hours and didn't do one push-up. Do not take our product. So this is for active men. Now, real quick lesson, when you're trying to create a mission statement for your business, do not try perfection on the first try. Can I get some likes? Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Do not try and create a perfect mission statement from the inception of your company. Don't do it. It's just a waste of fucking time. Put this shit the fuck out. And along the way, you slowly begin to see what this sculpture is as you chisel away and start removing things. Because that's what refining your marketing and branding is all about. It's just slowly just chisel away, right? So as we grow as a company, we're going to slowly define that. But right now, that's what it is, okay? Renee Vogel said, I just took my Apex pill. That's what it is right now. So somebody says, can you explain Men of Order? So, to explain it, we're the anti-simp.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
If you don't want to be a little simp and you want to actually be something in this world and you want 2 or 3 wives, go to menoforder.com. If you don't want 2 to 3 wives, don't get our shit. Or one really good one, and she's in shape, she's healthy, she's homeschooling, she's cooking, she's trad out. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy our products. This is who we are for. Okay? Somebody in the chat said HJ always giving out good products. I don't put out a lot of products because I only put out stuff I believe in. If I believe in it, I'm gonna get behind it. If I don't believe it, I'm not gonna get behind it. Okay? So that's menoforder.com. You see the promo on the screen, QR code. 30% off in the description box, and it works for all your subscriptions. Sometimes it'll tell you that like your subscription is $60, but no, you're in, you're good. It's telling you what your value is of your account, but your payment always stays the same. But that's what Men of Order is, man. We're the anti-simp. If you don't want to be a simp, you want 2 to 3 wives. Or one good one that got a head on, right? Because that's really what it is. Sometimes people are like, yo, should I have 2 wives? Should I have 1 wife? And it depends on the bitches you're dealing with. Sometimes it takes 2 hoes to make 1 good wife.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Rudy called in. My bad. I'm sorry, bro. I had to send Rudy because I was in the middle of a rant. I'm going to get to these supers, too. There's some gems I'm going to drop on y'all in these supers. Some really good questions in these supers. I'm going to hit y'all with a fucking crazy ass gem. You should. Anti-Semitic. I like that. Yeah, we are anti-Sem, bro. Men of order, fuck pause. Word. Haram Life gets it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get Rudy in here. Rudy's got a different take from Goldstein. So we're going to see what he says. These are real products. This is not my hand. This is another order delivered. It's about to be. I'm telling you right now, like, man,
Call from
crazy.
Rudy the Vet.
Hey, Rudy, what's up, bro?
What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man? Happy Hotep Thursday.
Happy Hotep Thursday to you.
we're less than 10 days away from the Grifties.
Less 9 days. 9 days officially.
I'm gonna light that motherfucker on fire, dude. In a good way, bro. In a good way.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little different take than you and Goldstein.
Okay.
I respect where y'all are coming from. You know what I'm saying? And I could definitely see both y'all's opinions as the right ones.
Yeah.
But my thing is this, and just ride with me for a second.
Yeah.
So since the conflict kicked off, right?
Okay. October 7th.
Since that day.
Okay.
She's been real chirpy. Right?
Yeah.
To the point where Big Boss Ben was like, quit. You know, telling her to quit on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Boring was like, no, she's a valued member of it, and we're not going to da-da-da-da. I'm wondering when her contract expires, because I got Ben pushing her out the fucking door, dude. I got Ben pushing her out the door.
I like that take.
Okay, because...
I like that take. That's a very real take, and I can see that, too.
You know, I got Ben getting ready to push her out the door,
And
right?
she's preparing herself for life without Daily Wire.
Right, and re-entry into the black community. Because the lily white conservatives are about to put their foot up her ass and kick her out. Because she also shits all over Nikki Haley, and that dude has been for years and years and years talking about how that's his girl in politics. They share dragon energy together. And then she called and said, I vote for Nikki Haley, president of Israel. And she's been taking shots, little pot shots, subliminal pot shots.
Yeah.
And you know that little bastard's over there stewing.
Yeah.
You know he's over there stewing right now. I'd love to know when her contract's up, because I got him about to shove her out the fucking door.
I like that.
He's going to shove her out the door.
You know what's
she's
interesting?
Got to start looking.
You know what's interesting about that, Rudy, is her
What's
coming
that,
back to the black community. Can you imagine that? Chat, hold on. Let's put the poll up. Let's go. How would you feel about a Candace Owens? About what is it? Is Candace Owens? It's not a return. What is this? What is this? Reception?
Like I would say a return to you know,
it ain't
back
a return.
to, you know.
It ain't a return.
It is, dude, because when she first came out, when she was just throwing them little clips up, and she was the red-pilled black, right? She was all about some, you know, black power, black empowerment.
I don't remember that black empowerment.
Not necessarily. Listen, not necessarily like on the black nationalist stuff, but she was trying to enlighten black folks. And then the lily white conservatives said, "Man, let's snatch her up and make her our voice." Okay.
CJ said, "Candace Hotep Owens, let's go."
I mean, do you see where I'm coming from with this, though, HJ? She might, you know, she might be planning her next move, because I'm telling you, man, I would love to know.
I gotta get Strong Dad in here next. Pause. He about to go on.
I love to know. I love to know the contract details. I love to know when it's up, man, because I got Ben's not going to put up with all her little snipes at the tunnel diggers. He's not, dude.
Yeah.
He's absolutely not, man, because he's Malachian tunnel digger through and through, man. He ain't, you know, like 100% on board, man. Like, yeah, dude. So that's my take, man. I don't know. Like I said, I just see it. I see where you and Goldstein are coming from. I 100% could could get on board with that idea, but I just think it's something deeper, man. I think it's time to put her out to pasture, man. Big Boss Ben is sitting there stewing every time she puts a tweet out or says some shit like that.
I like that
over
too.
there. He's over there with a red face, mad at the world, man.
I like that. We wearing Timbs to the Grifties, by the way.
Nah, bro, I'm already decked, dude. I'm already decked, man.
You got your fit?
I'm ready. Ready.
You got your fit?
I'm taking it back to the 90s, bro.
You got your fit?
I'm taking it back.
You got your kicks?
Listen, I'm taking it back. Like I was walking into the professionals club on Witch Duck Road in Virginia Beach on a Wednesday night to gamble with Allen Iverson, because I've gambled with AI before. They had a little backdoor game at the professionals club on Witch Duck Road. Big Darren from Atlanta owned Shadows. They used to break out and play CeeLo at the professionals club every Wednesday and Thursday night.
Yeah.
And listen, it was like 3 white people that weren't even allowed in that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And every time we would walk in there, because there were some heavy hitters in there, they'd be like, "Here come the feds! Here come the feds!" But listen, I'm taking it back, man. I'm ready. I'm not. And if I got Tim's, you know how you rock the butter sauce, man, with the little bit above your ankle. When I bought Tim's, I always bought the high ones, dude. The extended up ones, man. I never really rocked the modern that medium model, man. I always rocked the ones that came up high, dude. You know what?
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. They're like fucking 6 inches tall. The ones we got are like 4. You talking about the ones that are like 6 or 7 poles.
Yeah, the ones that rock up, dude. That's the ones I was always when I had Tim's, man. That's all.
You needed the ankle support.
I still got a couple pairs, man. But I never really, when I was out there styling them out, rocking them, I always rocked the taller ones, man. But I'm ready.
Let me. All right. You got your fit. Let me get Strong Daddy here, man.
One thing real quick.
Yeah.
Hotep and Bill, everybody, salute to the chat. Strong Dad, put the fucking fork down, man. And I love y'all, man. I'll see you soon, brother.
All right, yo. Strong Dad calling. Rudy said he got his fit, man. That shit probably laying on his bed right now. He got his shirt. The sneakers is on the ground. He probably got that laid out on the couch somewhere right now, like a kid on his first day to school. You know how you had your fit ready the night before first day back to school. You got the freshest shit on your favorite fit. I used to save my favorite fit for the second day. I used to come in bummy the first day and come in the second day. You know, I was always, a little bit ahead of the curve. So everybody was fresh the first day. Second day, it was like, hey, I'm killing y'all today. Huh? I'm killing y'all today.
Call from
Strong Dad.
Strong Dad, what's good, man?
Man, I don't accept that bitch.
You're not welcome.
I don't accept it.
Come on, why you gotta call her a bitch, man?
She's not a bitch. I'll take that back. I don't accept Candace Owens. I don't accept it. You know what?
Why?
The black community, because, man, the black community, we the first motherfuckers to call a nigga a coon, to spot a coon, and then we the first niggas to accept that nigga back. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. She can stay right where the fuck she's at. You want to know why? Because niggas like me and many other niggas I know who doing time right now, trying to get the bag for black people, ain't got no traction from not a nail nutter nigga ever. We can't get no traction from nobody. We get help from an African, and black people are like, oh, you were tether. We can't get help from nobody. These motherfuckers will be coons for a decade, come out and then be like, I love niggas again. And y'all motherfuckers will shine this motherfucker's shoes. I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting it. And I don't believe.
This a real Hotep brother.
I don't believe that she doesn't care for black people. I actually believe that she does. I just believe that if you fought, it's like the World War. I'm not keeping prisoners of war. Period.
Damn.
You know
no
what I'm saying? You fought for the other
POWs.
side. You fought for the other side way too long. Goodbye. That's how I feel about that, man. I can't accept it.
You think?
I can't accept it.
What if it happened? What if she came back in and she was like Club Shay Shay levels of traction in the black community with her podcast and black artists and entertainers and all of that shit?
That would be a travesty.
Would you suspect it as an op, or could you see that happening organically? Or would she organically. Or if it's an op, like put it like this. Do you think it's possible that she could obtain that level of traction, a Club Shay Shay level of traction in the black community? Do you think it's possible?
Yes.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Because niggas are dumb. Niggas are dumb.
Because niggas are dumb. Oh my lord.
Because niggas are dumb. They're dumb. They're fucking stupid. They're stupid. You tell them the truth. Hey, you tell them the truth, they go to the white man to get the truth. You give them the truth from the white man's book, and they tell you that you got the truth from the white man, and they don't want to listen to you. Niggas are stupid. She's going to be able to fool these idiots no matter what. She's going to be able to fool them no matter what. Yo, 4 years ago, I made a video calling these fools hustlers and demagogues, and I was never fucking wrong one time. Everything I said still holds to this day. They provide nothing. They bring nothing. They merely distract people who are doing real work, because now we have to discuss these idiots. That's the only thing that they do. They are a distraction mechanism. They drive whatever traction they want for whoever's paying for them. That's it. That's it. She can, if she makes this move, she's just moving to another master. She's not moving independently. She's not. Somebody else is going to own her ass, and that's how it's always going to be. That's how it's always going to be.
So you think it's possible? Okay, so the fact that you think it's possible, do you think it's an op?
Yes. It's one of those ops that play out without touching it. You're like, oh, this is going to work in our favor. Let it go.
Hotep Goldstein said it would be easy for her to do. All she'd have to do is steal Sonny's content. Damn.
And people will, and that's what I'm saying. That's when Rudy was saying his take, like, I don't think you understood. Like, my heart beat a little bit faster. I had a surge in blood pressure for sure.
Shit got your blood pressure up?
It made me angry because what Goldstein just said, what I just said, that's what's going to happen. He's going to. This is what they do. They steal the shit that you say because they're popular. They water it the hell down, and then they give it to you in small doses so that you're never free. You never get the full truth. You're always getting snippets. So all you ever have is talking points, but you never get the whole entire algorithm. And they feed it to you like an IV drip of dumb shit. And then you just hold on to it forever and ever. And every time you look up at the IV drip, they put a little morphine in there so you think you're getting the good shit. But really, you're just getting the message, the diversion. And everything Sonny is trying to say, anything any of us are trying to say, it automatically becomes somebody else's message. This is COINTELPRO tactic shit just happening right here. This is how that shit works.
Chat, clip that. Chat, clip that. That 60 seconds right there, clip that. That COINTELPRO talk, clip that. That was, man. He said it's like an IV. They just slowly drip that shit in. Oh man, the visuals, bars.
And then you're lost. So I just the only thing that makes me feel good is knowing that I'm Hotep. I don't have to worry about this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is shit that's gonna affect the normie, everybody else. But those of us who have figured out the algorithm for reaching the people we really want to help, it's not really gonna affect us. But it does upset me because, it's the same thing like with the Black Lives Matter niggas. They destroyed all of between them and the white liberals, everything good that we tried to accomplish was watered down and turned into what they did. And it makes me feel for the people who are at that level, who are going to lose their message to people like her when that shift comes around. And I'm not here for it, but it's coming regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get Andre Brown in here, man. I appreciate you, yo.
That's Hotep and Bill.
Yo, did y'all get that clip? CJ said it affected his blood pressure. LOL. Here's the thing. Everybody's got triggers. Like for me, one of my triggers is the word democracy. If you tell me you love democracy, I'm going to fucking lose it. If you tell me You don't like Bitcoin because you're worried about when the power goes out. I am going to lose my shit. Dre Brown, call in. So everybody has these triggers, and this is what makes us human. This is what activates us. This is what makes us great. You know? But damn, like, I don't think it should be Candace Owens, though. I that might be a little unhealthy for Strong Dad, you know?
Call from.
But it might be healthy, too. But it might be healthy. Like, how the fuck do I know? Because like Goldstein said, you know, you always need a little bit of hate. Dre, what you got, yo?
Hotep and Bill. Happy Hotep Thursday.
Happy Hotep Thursday.
This is something, and I don't even care if the SBA delegation get mad at me. Most of them ain't got no sense. Okay, you know somebody your enemy, you know they're beating you with a stick. Instead of you understand how the stick operates and turn that back around on them. You know what I mean? No, you rather stay mad, you know what I mean, and throw stones.
Yeah.
And this is for your FBA folks. Candace is not a tether. Because you can't call INS and nobody in our family.
Nobody know what?
They not. You can't deport her. You can't deport nobody in our family.
So you are welcoming to Candace.
I'm gonna take what she learned over in
Candace Owens comes into the black community. Next year, she's the hottest podcast in black Twitter. What is your reaction?
Well, see, now I'm banned from Twitter. I'm not going to really check it. But if she comes back in, my thing is, squeeze her for the information, what she learned on the other side. Because she up underneath these people. So she might know things and heard things from them that come back to us.
You want to
reform it and deal with it.
You want to turn her into a double agent. I like that.
Oh, this is a real hotel.
And see that's the problem with the SBA people. They like, oh, if you ain't with us, we ain't gonna fuck with you. No, you gotta learn how to slide up to us. See, in the islands we have a lot of sayings. Feed a devil with a long spoon. You know what I mean? You feed these devils with a long spoon, and you understand their tactics and the way that they do things, so you can come back and bring it to us so we don't get pulled the okie doke. Why do you think island people come up here to America and do better than black people have been living here all this time? We know the tricks. We try to show them, but they don't want to listen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use New York City for example. Okay, if anybody been in Brooklyn, you know they got those things called dollar cabs, right?
Yeah.
They didn't want to. They were literally competing with the New York transit system. You know what they did?
They made it.
These cats, and I could talk about it. I could talk about it now. These cats sold every form of drugs, do what they had to do, bought their own vehicles, made their own business, and made it such an impact.
Right. Yeah.
The FBA delegation, what they want to do, they want these white people to give them stuff. No, you don't. And see, the thing about it that they don't understand, right?
Yeah.
Power, like money, can be created from nothing.
Yeah.
And they don't realize it. I mean, like I said,
so what you're saying is what you're saying here is you're saying that, and Tariq Nasheed, he might clip this and use this against you, in some way. I don't know how, but. So what you're saying is, so what you're saying is, the Jamaicans in New York City started up the dollar van industry, providing people with transportation, private transportation, and this is an example of doing business. Just coming in and, like you said, taking money out of thin air, and the Black Americans are lazy and they want a handout from their white daddy.
I don't want to use the term lazy because these are some.
You said they want handouts from the government.
Well, basically, they want the government to do everything for them because that's.
It sounds like tether babble. It sounds like tether babble.
Well, I'm not a tether because INS can't do nothing to me. INS can't send. If INS sending me back to where I'm from, all they're doing is giving me a vacation. So that tether stuff, it don't matter to me. It can harm you because you are generated. I'm for the USVI. The USVI don't stand for Uncle Sam Virgin Island.
Let's get back to Candace Owens.
I don't have to worry about that.
Let's get back to Candace Owens.
Okay. If Candace comes in, all I want to do is step up her information because I know she knows stuff.
Yeah.
She knows how these people operate.
Yeah.
And she can. I don't want to use the word use, but she can be like a fountain of information on how to deal with these people.
I like that. I like that.
Really,
say less. I got you. Say less. I like that. That's a great take.
I want to get to one part though.
Oh, what you got to say? Rosenberg, okay.
Rosenberg needs to shut the fuck up. Rosenberg needs to shut the fuck up. Next time I go to New York, I'm gonna go down there and tell you need to stay your ass out of black people business. I'm gonna stand up to him personally, watch him eye to eye, and tell him stay your ass out of black people business, or else I'm gonna cut your beard. Literally. You need to stay the fuck out. And you can't come to me with an anti-Semitic nothing. Because what is a Semite? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I'm a little bit of Semite too. So you can't come to me with that nonsense about anti-Semite. Oh, I'm anti-Jewish. No, I ain't got no problem with the Jewish community. I have no problem.
You gonna shave his beard?
You.
You gonna shave his beard?
Shave his beard. Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna put my hands on nothing like that. That's just to say it. I'm gonna cut him down to size because just like how Nikki said, and like I said, it's gonna take island people because Nikki is treating. It's gonna take island people.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for when Cardi B gets the call because she part Trini and she part, I think she might be Ida Stanto or Puerto Rican. So I'm waiting. You know what I mean? Because the FBA delegation, they're afraid of these people. We not. Island people, basically, we not afraid of them.
Yeah. All right. Say less. I gotta go.
But I'm gonna say less. Yeah, I'm gonna say less.
All right. Hotep and Bill. That nigga crazy. Jason, get ahead, man. Get in here. What? I think Leah just said I'm booked for Fox. Word? When is this? What date is this? Yeah, let's book that.
Call from
Jason.
Yeah, yo.
Hey, what's up?
Jason, what's good, bro?
Well, I want to take it back to the beginning of the show today.
Okay.
So, first time I ever saw you was a clip on YouTube of you on Rogan talking about the black people in America before Columbus.
Classic. I put out classics. Yep.
Oh, yeah, that was good. But whenever I hear something new like that I never heard before, I don't really believe it or disbelieve it at first. I just kind of put it on the shelf. And if information comes around that, proves or disproves it, then I'll reevaluate. But recently I was hearing about, do you know about the predecessor to Mansa Musa?
Predecessor to Mansa Musa is Abu Khari?
I couldn't really figure out what his name was. It seemed like people had different names for him. Masa Muhammad or Masa Ku, maybe.
Yeah.
But apparently
I'll pull it up right now. Hold on. But go ahead. Keep talking.
So apparently he had sent out an expedition in like the early 1300s to sail across the Atlantic, and they never came back. So he got a new expedition going on, and he went out with them, and they never came back either. And this is like 200 years before Columbus, so, I mean, that's possibly who could have settled into Southeast America.
Right. I'm about to pull it up on the screen right here. This might be one of them you're talking about. Mansa. This is Mansa Abu Bakari, the second grandson of the daughter of the great ruler Sundinata, reigned 1230 to 1255. The founder of the Kita dynasty, Mansa Emperor Abu Bakari, became ruler of Mali in 1300. That's the expedition I know of. Is that the one you're referring to?
That might be, yeah. I guess Mansa Musa was telling some Egyptians that the person who ruled before him
So
and disappeared across the ocean.
I thought when is Mansa Musa? I thought Mansa Musa was before him. Hold on, let me see.
I think it was saying Mansa Musa was like 13, 12, sometime around then.
Yes, right. So Mansa Musa is before him, right? So he's the 9th Mansa. And which one was he? This other cat. This other cat was which Mansa? 9th Mansa. Why are they both saying 9th? Is this the same person?
Well, then you also had like
this is the same person. So
well, then you also had the Polynesians settling in like South America on the West Coast back a long time ago, and you had Chinese people going across the sea. It seems like they want you to think that before people had iPhones, everyone was just stupid and couldn't do anything.
Yeah. No, it's another
Abu. The world's only so big, you know. People have plenty of time to go all the way around it.
Yeah. It's another Abu Bakari. Out of Mali. It's another one. It's not Mansa Musa. You're absolutely right. It's not Mansa Musa. It's not the 9th one. This is I got a hard version of Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. He's got a whole chapter on this.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah. But not yet. So you were studying up on it.
Oh yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, I got some of the lighter skinned Americans in my background, so just interested in seeing who was all, you know, kicking it with them.
Yeah, we all family. We all family. Some of us a little darker than others. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I had for you. Hotep and Bill.
Appreciate you, Hotep and Bill. Grifty's meeting Friday. Tyrus got added from the Gutfeld show. I don't know if y'all know that. Do y'all know that? Tickets sold out. Grifty's is sold out. I never thought I'd say that. You know, I kind of just listen to my handlers. You know, it's another a key thing I should teach you guys about business. Fucking listen to the people. Like, put people in place and then listen to them. Like, if I put you in place, like, you know, here's what I hate. Here's another pet peeve. When I talk about, like, infuriated, like, really pisses me off. You know what I hate? When I hire somebody and they ask me what they should do. I'm like, nigga, what do you mean, what should you do? Like, I need you to come to me and be, like, mad proactive. So when the team came to me and was like, I'm talking about Taylor right now. When Taylor came to me, he was like, yo, I think it's time to do the Grifties Live. And in my head was all the, but this, but that, but this, but that, but, you know, that's in my head. And I was like, hold on, let me think about this. He might remember this conversation. I know one of our conversations went like this. And I was just like, all right, fuck it. What's the worst that could happen, right? Like, nobody shows up. It'll just me and Unc. All right, fuck it. Then we just film this shit and then just keep it moving, right? Event sold out. Just listen to your handlers. They go Tyrus right there. You see him. Nerd Nash got at it. We got Nerd Nash on the stage from the Black Twitter Report. Lila Hart, official. Tyrus, Shane Cashman, Chrissy Mayer. Chrissy Mayer just got attacked. I was there that night. Did you know that? The night she was attacked, I was there. They definitely pepper spray her spot. The Antifa or whatever definitely attacked Chrissy Mayer. I should have covered that. Sam Tripoli. As you already know, Sonny Johnson going to be there. Alex Stein, Primetime 99. Cannon Hotep. You know. Sold out. Sold out. Tickets is gone. Don't even try it. Go to grifties.com. Vote for me.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You know what's cool about the Grifties? Another business tactic. This is called passive income. You know, we paid a fee up front to, you know, put this together. Shout out to Adam. I basically did the what do you call it, the layout or whatever. I did the wireframe. That's the technical term for it. So I made the wireframe, and then basically I designed it, and then he made it look way better, and we made it an app, right? Like a web app. The cool thing about this is it does cost. No, not that button. I'm sorry. Right here, you nominate a grifter, right? So let's say they type that in. For $3.97, you can nominate a grifter, right? Now this goes to our nonprofit organization, Hotep Nation. So this isn't a for-profit thing, but it's just a good example of how you can generate a little bit of income, passive income. You pay a fee up front, create an app, get people to participate, and, you know, a little bit of money comes in. This does not generate a whole lot of money. I've had people advise me on turning this into a gambling thing, but I just don't know what the legal framework looks like for a nonprofit organization. I don't know. Somebody clue me in if that's a good idea or not. We got some supers here. I didn't forget the supers. Shout out to my rumblers. I see y'all over there. See my rumblers. What? Democracy is a trigger word for you too? Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let's see. Retro Neon. Stinky Pete Rosenberg needs to take a hike. Is that his name? Stinky? Thank you for the super. Don't forget, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Wood floor alchemist. Okay, here's a really good question I want to answer. Do you think branding is as important for a construction company? And how much is reasonable to expect to pay for a logo? All right. This is why I said you can't really equate branding to a logo. All right. You cannot do that. Although a good logo will go a long way for a construction company, less is more for a construction company. You know, like if you, whatever it is that you build, say it, like house builders, you know, like that's like, you know, like be as plain as possible to get your message across. You can come back and make a cool name later, you know, unless you just happen to have a cool name, right? Anyway, so how much is reasonable to expect to pay for a logo? I would say, let's say you want to pay anywhere from $500 to $1,000 for a logo. Okay. Some people are going to jump at that. They're going to go, what the fuck? I can get a logo done for $100. Yeah, you can. And it's going to look like a logo that was done for $100. Me, however, understanding branding, if this is your logo, if you'll cheap out on your logo, you'll cheap out on your entire business.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I'm giving y'all game right now. Game right now. First of all, I want the bragging rights of saying, yeah, that logo cost me $1,000. I want those bragging rights, first of all. That's how I feel about my brand, right? So you don't want to pay $1,000 for $100 work, though, because some people will go to like some amateur and they'll charge them a fucking arm and a leg. So I think the best thing to do is go to a website I use. It's called crowddesign.com. Crowddesign.com. I don't get any money for promoting them. That's where I go. You know, if I need a logo, I go to Crowd Design. And basically, it's great because all of the really good graphic designers bid on your job and they submit work too. So you sit there and you look through a bunch of logos and you can communicate with them and say, can you do this to that? Can you do this to that? To a bunch of them. So you get mad. I would say you probably get a batch of 75 to 100, but only like 20 are good and like 3 are like within the realm of like, all right, yes. You know what I'm saying? But you're pretty much guaranteed to get some hot shit. Hotep Nation logo. People always talk about how great the Hotep Nation logo is. Got it made on Crowd Design. People love the Men of Order logo. Got that made on Crowd Design. Okay? The thing is, you got to know what to look for, though. You got to have an eye. Because if you got a bad eye, you'll pick some terrible shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was his question. If there's one piece of advice on it is money. No, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think branding is important for construction? So last thing I want to say about this, branding for a construction company is much different than an online brand, right? Because what is branding for a construction company? Branding for a construction company is the work you actually do. Marketing equals product. Remember, I tell you, don't ever let somebody, talk to somebody and say you came to me and I told you anything other than marketing equals the product. If you say Hotep Jesus taught you marketing and you say anything other than marketing equals the product, don't say you learned from me. Marketing is the product. So if you build a house and this shit fall over, that's branding. Remember, I told you, branding is reputation to the third power. Consistency to the third power times reputation. So you got to be good consistently. That's the key here. Be good consistently. Be great consistently. Branding for a construction company is the presentation of your work. When you're working at somebody's house, what are the things you do? Like, are you careful to lay down rug, in case you bring wood chips or paint or whatever inside their house? When you leave, do you ask permission to spray some scents, light some candles? Like, these things matter, right? Like, if I was a realtor, the first thing I would do is I would come to somebody's house, I'll bring a candle. And, light this candle while we had this conversation. It even has like this ritual to it, but customer service is branding for a construction company. How do you treat your customers? And if you treat them right in your construction company, the thing is they're going to need another job. And you want to be that person that they just call, right? You don't want one and dones. You want very low churn. You don't want to lose customers. You want to retain customers. So if I had a construction company, I'm telling you right now, my first logo would be created off ChatGPT for free, and it would just be plain text, right? It would be like plumber bros. You know what I mean? It'd be plumber bros. So you need a plumber, dial this number. I would not try to be fancy. It would say plumber bros. And okay, these are people I need to call for a plumber. And when I come, if I get, a phone call from a woman, I want my guys going out there with carnations. How you doing? We just came by. Put that shit on the counter and pop that vase in. You can get fucking vases for $0.01. You pop that motherfucking carnation in there, put that on the counter for first encounters and say, hey, we just like the place to look nice when we come, so you remember us. Go in, take a look at the toilet, do great work, leave. Next time they have a plumber, they're going to be calling you. I'm like, oh, this is nice. You know what I'm saying? Find ways to be remembered. That's what branding is. It's, again, reputation. What is your reputation? What are you remembered for? So think about concierge. I would study, if I was a construction company, I would study concierge. And also how to do better work cheaper. Those are the two things I would study. How can I do better work faster and cheaper? Right? That's how you start cutting cost and time. You want to cut cost and time. That's basic business practice. Cut cost, cut time. So I'm studying how can I do this job faster and cheaper? And then charge more for it because I'm doing it faster. So my margins just got bigger. The other thing I want to do is study concierge. Retro neon. I could do whole classes on y'all questions. And if you got questions, you could join my locals, and I answer questions in my locals, hotepjesus.locals.com. Retro neon. If there's one thing, HJ, that I seek advice from you on, it is money. You are a master of your craft when it comes to finances, and I respect you for that. Also, damn, dude, you're skinny as hell. I'm not skinny as hell. I'm not skinny as hell, first of all. I'm 160 pounds, and I'm fucking sexy. Who's calling me?
Call from.
Yo.
Hey.
Yo, what's good?
I had to dip in. I had to double dip on
Okay.
this trade conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I do my own branding.
Okay.
My wife made my logo. We do our own branding, our own advertising, all of that, and we do high-end clientele. Anyway.
Okay.
If you want good clientele, you don't want to try to make you're not looking to cut your costs.
Okay.
You're not looking to cut your costs. You want expensive tools, or not expensive tools, but you want expensive material. The cost has to be high because quality does not, in the construction world, those two things, low cost and quality, don't come together.
No. See, this is where the construction.
What do you mean?
This is where the construction worker is trying to talk to the business guy about business.
Because
cost.
How many mansions do you have to sell a paint job to a month? Because I can tell you that.
Well, can I tell you what I mean by cost?
Yes.
The cost of your materials.
They're always going to be up there.
No, what I'm saying is this is what you want to study. Like you want to be on the cutting edge of when the new paint comes out that is cheaper and better. I want to be that guy with that, right? These are the things you got to study in business. If you're not looking for these things, well, I guess you don't want to make money.
And so there is a area where this is correct, yes. But like, for instance, the example of paint. Your paint's not going to get better and cheaper. It's going to get better and more expensive. I know this. This is the truth. Nothing you do in the trade industry is going to get cheaper. You know what you sound like right now? I'm telling you, I used to work at Sherwin. You
sound like a boomer.
I sound like a boomer.
This is shit. That shit that boomers say shit like there's never going to be a cheaper paint. Boomers say shit like that. Then some kid invents some new shit and it's some cheaper paint.
HJ, I refinished high-end cabinets in multi-million-dollar homes. I used to work for Sherwin as a sales rep, selling this crap to people. I know the lies that they tell. And I'm telling you that when Gallery comes out or Emerald Urethane comes out, and you're looking for a cabinet paint that isn't going to chip, that isn't going to stain, that you're going to be able to wash, you may think that Duration, which they sold you as a better, cheaper product, is going to work, but that's not the truth.
Yeah,
it's
so brother right here, wood floor alchemist provides a great example. He says the best way to cut costs in construction is spending money on the right tools and training people. This is what I'm talking about.
And so if you'd have said that, I would have said.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Right. No,
I said you got to find ways to cut costs and do the job faster.
That's again the last part. You're right until you say and do the job faster.
Yes.
And do the job faster does not. So here's the thing. If I wanted to do my job faster, I'm going to make a lot less money. But you're omitting my full statement,
Strong Dad. You're completely, I said you want to figure out how to do the work cheaper, faster, and better. You leaving out quality. I did a whole thing on quality. And now you're trying to argue with me that quality is not a key part of this. If you going faster and you're going to compromise quality, that's going to compromise your reputation. We covered this.
I'm arguing that the better your quality, the slower you are going to move versus a faster competitor. Even if you have a guy who throws 700 experts on a mansion, the guy who comes in and punches it is a singular individual because quality cannot be dispersed among that many employees. It has to be directed to your best. And so that's why some of these smaller cabinet refinish companies do better than the big guys, because that's why they get the contracts. So you are right. I omitted part of that. And I'm wrong. However, the quality speed algorithm is a finicky algorithm when it comes to branding in your trade. As Black Mountain Painting, I have a brand. I have a good brand. I work up here in the mountains in, Brook Forest and Evergreen. These are expensive white people who don't waste time. I don't go to Denver no more with the Mexicans. And I established my brand. Your brand is best built in construction through, depending on your construction, through word of mouth. If you take shitty jobs and treat them right, their word of mouth means more even than your concierge service. I used to be a part of a thing called a BNI, business fucking, a paid network group. You paid $1,000 a year to be a part of a network group where each individual trade represented a power partner you could work with, but there was no competing trades for your group. And here, real estate agents, people in the trade industry and in the industry are dispensing what gets them the millions. And when it comes to the construction, what gets you the bigger money is your word of mouth, picking the right customer. If you throw an ad campaign out, you're going to get 100 some crappy jobs. But that one good job is the one good job you need in order to move further. And it really comes down to your quality of work. I spent 2 months at a house, and the only reason I get referrals off of that house is because my quality was better than the crew that he hired 3 years before, who spent 3 weeks at his house and was done. And that's where it is. It's the time you spend. I mean, maybe I'm nuancing what you said, but I just want to add to that because I'm not on the computer. I'm I'm out here in the field doing this right now. So this is an area that I actually know very well.
I agree with all of that. Well said. Well said.
Plus, I like to argue.
I know you like to argue. And, I like that. I like that. That's somebody who is going to create refinement. You know what I'm saying? Keep the sword sharp. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck you disagreed with. That's all I was trying to figure out.
I just disagreed with perhaps the way that it was reduced, just the quality portion, because we deal with that, all the time. A large chunk of guys like us, a large chunk of our business comes from other companies who follow that model, the T, and produce sufficient quality because they source what is supposedly good, better, parts or better, material, but lies in this industry are just as abundant as in the politics, you know what I'm saying? And even when you go to Sherwin and they ask you and you ask them some shit and they give you a recommendation, telling you you're already spending $100 too much.
Yeah.
Already spending $100 too much. And so, it's kind of like a nuance.
Andre K said, by the time he understands Hotep, we can catch Strong Dad at that border giving interviews.
So what?
Cause I put down game and then you came in, tried to argue with me, and then all you did was just sit here and reinforce my point.
Sure.
What is my branding formula?
I think that.
What is my branding formula? Huh?
What you just said, what you just disseminated.
No. I gave a very specific branding formula.
That you wanted us to focus on quality, reduce your cost.
No. Chat, help them out. Chat, let's see who was paying attention in the chat. What is my branding formula? Because there's a specific formula for branding. And the chat gonna help you out in a second here. For 1 month subscription of Apex. Who want it? Let's see. Let's see if they get the algorithm. And then you can tell me if you want to argue with it then. Does anybody know?
I see what the wood floor alchemist is saying on the back end. You might spend more time on the competition. And there's a reason why my competition can't make it up to my neighborhood. And I'm just one dude. I am one guy. Oh, it's also training. I mean, I was trained by Ireland's Finest, one of the bigger painting companies out here. One guy is supposed to be a 5-man team. I should be able to do the work of 3 skilled guys. So people try to compete with us, and one guy with good quality.
Rapnik Vaughn got the whole thing. Rapnik Vaughn is paying attention. He got the whole thing. It's consistency to the third power times 3. I mean, to the third power times reputation. Consistency to the third power times reputation. Hold on. Can I speak now? This is my show. Consistency to the third power times reputation, right? So you call in trying to reinforce quality of work when I've already baked into branding in the formula quality. I did a whole thing on this like an hour ago, right? On branding. I did like 20 minutes on branding. And if you couldn't take away from all of that, that quality is key, then you wasn't paying attention. Reputation is all about quality. If you have poor quality, you're going to have poor reputation. So when I started talking about finding ways to cut costs, it's the difference between what type of machine you're using to do the job. You disagree?
That's where I disagree. You see what I'm saying? You're not seeing it because you have business acumen and not the trade acumen.
You said
what? You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
All the way up until you said that last part.
What is the last part I said?
Part I'm talking about.
What's the last part?
Last part where you're cutting costs.
Yeah.
You're not going to cut and increase.
Okay. All right, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How many employees do you have?
Given time, I could have 7 employees.
No, how many employees do you have right now? Don't do that. How many employees do you have? The answer is 0. We all know. Look.
Oh, just me.
Okay.
Just me.
It's just you. Okay. One day you're going to have a fleet of 10 employees. Okay? And some of them niggas is going to be spilling paint. And that's going to cut you, as far as cost, is going to cut you to the bone when you watch them just waste material and do shit that's just wasting material. So how do you fix that? Well, they need better training. Sometimes better training, like the individual said in the chat, like Woodfloor Alchemist said, is better training equals cutting costs. So that's why I say you have to study your respective business and find out what is it I can do to cut costs. You might find out that, and I think this is a great suggestion for you. You know, if you came to me and said, what's my next step? I think the next step for you might be your first employee, your protege. Right? I think that's the biggest problem that I've seen with construction workers. It's like the Jamaican construction worker who's fucking 85 years old and he still comes over to fucking fix your house. And you're like, how come you haven't retired yet? Right? And it's because he doesn't trust anybody else to do the work. He has to do it himself instead of building a fleet of employees so he can sit back and manage a business and focus on training. So he's not interested in being a businessman. He's in business to be a carpenter. He wants to be like Jesus and fucking walk around with a flock of sheep and be a carpenter and take pride in his work. You can do that. There's nothing wrong in that. What I'm saying is I'm a businessman, and if I was running a business, I'm thinking about my employees and how they cut costs, because that's how businessmen think.
You know what? I like that, except for I did a house up here. I did a mansion property up here, and the owner was one of the earliest Denver Electric Company owners. That company working alone. Most of the bigger contractor, Ryguard Construction, he did that alone, subbed or alone. I think that if I wanted to get big in the commercial industry, then you are 100% correct. But I want to be big in the industry of quality when it comes to this. And this is something that you can do alone and scale. Like I said, the house I'm doing, when you guys see pictures of it, I think a crew did it, but I did it myself. And this is that the quality industry has over commercial industry, and people often go commercial and they get crap product. They get bad quality. And when I say that speed component, it doesn't match. It just proven. It's proven out here in these contract streets. I mean, in Florida, that's a different algorithm. Because
so you're talking Florida, about doing bespoke jobs.
I'm going to take this to the point where when I franchise it, whoever wants to do whatever the fuck they want to do with it, as long as we're getting a kickback from it, that's fine.
So let's help me make this make sense, right? You're not somebody that can do 2 jobs at once because you're one man, but you're saying that you'll do that one job.
I am.
And that one job is so expensive that I can be the guy that just does one job at a time. I like that. It's a very great approach, right? Now, me as the businessman, I'm thinking about how to cut costs, right? So now, when I do my job, I'm trying to think about how I can monetize the experience of me doing the job. Like, I seen this online, and this is what gave me the idea. This dude literally does jobs, like these really crazy, dope-ass jobs, and he records them and edits them. And I'm sitting there looking like, yo, this dude probably get paid more for the content than he does for doing these jobs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, businessmen are always... That lane is huge. That lane's huge. They got HGTV does this shit, right?
Lane is huge as fuck. It's true.
Yeah, I get that.
But, guys like us, we can do, 2 jobs. Like, I'm doing this house right now. I've been at this house for 2 months. Or no, sorry, since November.
Yeah.
Three exteriors.
So it's a different business model. This is not a volume business model, which I totally get. That's a different thing altogether. This is a low volume business model. Right? That one contract might be worth, $30,000 to $40,000 to you. You spend there, for a month, and then you go to the next contract and you got people waiting on you. I love that business model. Absolutely. I'm still thinking about ways to cut cost.
This is true. Now, someone asked that question, like, paint somebody, or if you got guys spilling paint, you want to issue. It's not necessarily cutting costs. It's about having a good crew lead, another teacher.
I'm looking at my first employee. I don't even want to be doing the work myself. I'll do one contract. I'll do one contract, and I'm not doing the work. I'll supervise the work, but I'd rather spend that time nurturing that lead, nurturing that relationship, thinking of ways to be more concierge. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still thinking about hiring.
Have a good crew lead. Like, I had a really good crew lead. That's why who left him and started our own company.
Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it, because somebody else brought up something great in the chat too. They said the quality of workers today is super fucking low, and that's because you compete.
And that's another reason why you're doing yourself.
You're competing with the government. That's the issue. That's the real big issue. You're competing with the government, and that's a very real big fear. However, it sounds like bitch assness to me.
Hotep, you're a genius.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Jesus.com.
I'm gonna be honest with you, because maybe it's why I have so much success is because I don't believe in not winning. Okay, I don't believe in not winning. I always believe that if I want to do something, it's going to fucking happen, right? So if I started a construction company tomorrow and I was the guy doing the work, and I said, yo, I want an employee, somebody's going to walk into my life that's the fucking best fucking employee I could ever ask for, because it's divinely ordained, because I put it out there, because I use the law of attraction to my favor. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, the Bible, fucking Osho, or whatever his name is. Every fucking guru has talked about this, and people keep coming to me about why some shit is so hard. And I'm like, why is everything you try to do so hard and everything I try to do so fucking easy? It's because I'm not relying on the physical world. I'm relying on my spirit, and to say that it's going to happen. So if I say, yo, I'm going to get a really dope-ass protege, guess what? I'm going to get a really dope-ass protege.
Napoleon Hill and Outwitting the Devil, I Think and Grow Rich and Outwitting the Devil, even that I Secretary of State and started my LLC, on it at that very time, but motivation for me to create something outside of myself. And I used to think about those tactics when I was working with other companies, like how do I gain from all of these trades, these people. I worked with a lot of great people, gain from them before I went in. That really does help, definitely. But I just think in a world where everything is becoming cheaper, and like you just, the government. I thought, make the lane smaller. I don't need to be down in the city. It's exterior. There, move to a smaller sector where the money still is very, very good.
Andre Brown said, HJ, speed and quality rarely goes hand in hand. Okay, so here's the thing you got to understand about me is, the thing about me is, I grew up on job sites. Okay? I know the business. I did it. I had to do it. My dad was an electrician. We built our basement. Okay? I know about this industry. And that's what lets me know that if I came to your town and started a painting business, I'd destroy you. I would destroy you because I'm a businessman. And because I know your work and I know what to look for, I'd be able to hire somebody and start up a business and be in business before you even finished your next job. I'd do fucking 3 jobs, 10 times the quality, faster. I just would because I'm a business guy. And this is why I have a strong advantage. See, my mom was a CPA, but my dad was blue collar. So I got a strong blend of both sides. And we got entrepreneur in our blood. What?
Because that's heavy talk. That's heavy talk. But can you... I started and beat me at it.
I would make more money.
If you came here with if you showed up with your business acumen, for sure, you're going to be able to employ tactics I should have employed at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I started that you'd be. I'm an ex-convict with a violent felony. I climbed the mountain that most people never see. Business acumen will never give you that kind of skill. It won't.
Allegedly.
When it comes to painting a door, if you have to get out into the field, if you have to get out into the field.
Here's the thing,
Hold up, no. I got a comparison.
Here's the thing. Now, seriously, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Comparison.
Somebody always knows more than you. I just have to find that person.
100%. But that's what I'm saying. If it's up to you, that's not going to happen. If you have to find someone, you got to find somebody to beat me.
Yeah.
But can you beat me? Can you paint a door better than Strong Dad? Just
I'm gonna hire somebody who can.
Video, you think you can?
I'm gonna hire somebody who can.
That's
you telling me nobody can paint a door better than you?
That's not beating me.
Can somebody paint a door better than you?
I'm telling you if
that
you
I
have
can't.
to hire
I know
someone,
I can't. I'm gonna hire somebody who can. Right.
This is like a.
I can't do it. I'm hiring somebody who can.
John Wick. No. This is like in the last John Wick. He had another dude do the duel for him. That doesn't count.
We're not
that
fighting. I'm doing business.
If you can't. Right. Well, I mean, business is fighting. Business is a war. It's a battlefield. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting these immigrants right now, bro. It's a battlefield. And you know what? Other employers, they think that, right? They go out there and they hire these crews that they think are better than us up here in the mountains. They send them up here, and we show up, and we redo their jobs. Come on, construction workers. This is a trope. People who think they can jump into the industry, but you got to have some bones in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, you hire a guy. He says, I can paint a door in X amount of minutes, right? If he doesn't have the time that I have doing this, who's to say that he doesn't know a faster process for producing better quality? Because we said something about quality and speed not working. But for like painting a door, once you get good enough at the actual procedure of door painting, you do it faster. And that's something that a guy that you just hire who tells you, oh, I've been shooting paint down in the city. Here's my resume. We fire dudes like that all the time. We train dudes like that all the time.
So
the question is, can Hotep Jesus put a paintbrush in his hand and beat Strong Dad at his own game?
Nope.
And the answer is no.
Nope. Hotep Jesus Painting Company can, though.
Hotep, you're a genius.
And Hotep Jesus Painting Company and Hotep Jesus' painting company is going to contract the job. He's going to tell the person it costs this much because he has a lot of overhead for all these special guys he hired, remember? And then Strong Dad is going to come up and say, oh, I can get this job done. It'll take me 1 week longer, and it'll be that much better, and you'll have to pay 10 grand less because I don't have a bunch of fucking Javiers to pay off. It's just Strong Dad and his family he got to feed. And you know what's crazy?
So here's how I think.
I had these conversations already.
So here's how I think.
They go, wow.
So here's how I think, right? Just to show you how I think about business, right? Right, like with menofwater.com, I know I don't have the business acumen to turn it into a multi-million-dollar company. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to break somebody in who's done it before. I'm going to bring somebody in who's taken dozens of fucking e-com stores and taken them to the million. Okay? Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pay a millionaire to teach me how to become a millionaire. Right? Now, some people look at this as investment. I look at it as not only investment, but cutting costs. You see what I'm saying? I'm cutting costs.
I like that. I like that equation.
Mm-hmm.
I like that equation. I like that equation. It doesn't work that well in the trade. You know what I'm saying? The guy who can paint a door better than me is not going to work for you. He's going to work for himself. That's why I work for myself, because I was the guy that was hired to be better than the other niggas. Yeah. And I said, fuck this shit. I was finishing cabinets for this company called Project Paint. This motherfucker was paying us garbage. But the minute he let me know that my worth was too high, that he couldn't afford my worth, I was gone. Yeah. And so when you look for the dude who's better than me, he's not going to work for you. He already has his own company.
Matt Earth Theory said, I'm a blackmail the best painter in town. That's fucked up. Come on, Matt Earth Theory.
Now, see, that's different.
That's not even realistic.
Mid-step is right. Mid-step is right. You gaslighting me right now. That's really what's happening.
You just figured that out?
You gaslighting me right now.
No, you cannot call into my show and try to argue with me and me not fucking argue back. You say you like to argue, that's why we like brothers, because we like to argue. That's what we love to do. We will argue over the dumbest shit. We still gonna get this argument in.
Here, man, got me hot. I'm trying to finish this project, man. I done already cooled down because of Candace Owens.
See, we painting doors right now. You on the phone with Hotep Jesus. This is why they gotta hire me, because you on the phone with Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus Painting Company. We working right down the street from you, and we killing you with the branding. We got the signs outside. We got bouncy. We rent bouncy houses for the kids on weekends while we're doing the job.
Nobody wants that.
They shit, it's a party over there. What happened? Oh, yeah, the construction company brought that by because, we said we had kids. So they just, threw that together.
Customers hate that shit, man.
Allegedly.
They might like that bouncy castle shit down in the city. Customers don't like you. They love you, but they don't like you.
They're gonna love Hotep Jesus Painting Company.
So there was one customer. I'm gonna take
an L on the job, bro, just to put the bouncy house down the street from you doing the job.
Hey, before I go, I want to tell you,
it's gonna say Hotep Jesus Painting Company on the back of the bouncy shit too. The whole neighborhood gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
What you just said. So, and I'll leave on this. The company that trained me, that I started with, down in the city, they rule the roost. They're on every block. They're everywhere. And a year ago, I was down in the city, and a customer told me, I went with you over Ireland's finest. They were just way too expensive, and I didn't believe in what they were going to produce. When I went to do that job, my old crew was across the street from me with their signs. And when I tell you the feeling that I felt looking at my old boss and being my own boss and realizing I just took this contract from under your $1 million company, that was one of the greatest feelings that I've had since I started this business. That and painting an old lady's house. It was one of the greatest feelings.
Oh, I can imagine.
That's all I got.
Cassius Can said he be your DEI hire.
Hey, gotta have a white dude. Gotta have a white dude.
Y'all say you couldn't get no employees.
Really. If people are spilling paint, hire a white crew lead.
See?
Hire a white crew lead.
This is why I say, at the end of the day, you always gonna prove me right. How do you cut costs? Hire a white guy.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
He's gonna be expensive. He's expensive though. He's expensive.
He is expensive because he's saving your money.
Or hire an illegal who got their citizenship. Because they're good.
You said what?
An illegal who has their citizenship.
Oh,
an illegal who has their citizenship.
An illegal who has their citizenship. Is that what you said?
Who's no longer an illegal immigrant?
Oh,
Someone
you're saying,
who
you
just
okay?
got over here,
and their paperwork is good.
I'm telling you right now. They'll because they're a part of the system now. So they
do good work.
They can't afford to take. Yeah.
You said
they do good work too.
Okay.
And they handle all your bullshit with all the crews that don't speak no English.
You still think you're gonna beat my bouncy house?
I'm gonna beat it.
I don't think you're gonna beat my bouncy house.
I'm gonna beat it.
I don't think so.
When you're a contractor, it's about a minimal footprint. You're bringing in soul plane. They're not gonna want that shit.
my work is wear tuxedos to work.
They don't want to hear you. They don't want to smell you. They don't want to see you. And the more you can make that a possibility, the better. They like you more when they see you less. They'll come up and be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" If put your headphones in, keep your head down, and get the job done, and they love that. They love that. They don't like a chatterbox. They don't want a bouncy house in front of your shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want Mexicans listening to, you know what I'm saying, reggaeton, drinking horchata in front of your shit. They want you to pee away from their house. They won't even offer for you to use the bathroom. And that's how you know they're the best client. They're going to pay the most.
Can't use the bathroom.
Hey, you know you're getting a check. You know you're getting a check.
That's all I'm there for.
You might even get a tip. My best tips came from people who are the rudest.
So you're never gonna hire nobody?
You know, when I plan to pass the business on, because you know I'm trying to transition, and so then I will put the reins in someone else's hands. But they have to be like me. They gotta live up to my standard. If they can't live up to the Black Mountain Painting standard, then I can't trust them. Like I can't leave a job not knowing that they're gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Well, yeah, but you need to make that happen. You need to find a young black kid that want to be something and grow the business with them.
Yo, man.
And pay. See, here's the thing. You know what the problem is? Here's the hardest part of entrepreneurship. You got to take a L. Like you kind of got to go in the red a little bit. And this is why the big companies always beat the little companies, is because the truth of the matter is you kind of, they got that extra income to burn. So it's like when it comes to hiring people, you got to hire above the market and provide a better work environment, better hours, you know what I mean? All this shit, work from home.
Gotta get business credit. Gotta get business credit. That helps.
Yeah, like whatever it is, you really got to, some companies are offering, benefits. So sometimes you got to figure out, what is your benefit package? And I don't mean that from a, insurance, dental perspective. Like how is it that you curate, the way you treat your employees, the corporate culture? What is your company culture? That type of stuff is super important. And if you do that, you can retain, employees. But I'm not gonna lie, it is hard to get good work. It is hard to keep good workers because they're in high demand.
It's hard to get young brothers to work too.
It is, but that person's out there. It's just like, where are they? How do you reach that person? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not trying to put a white dude in charge of Black Mountain Painting.
Why not?
It's Black Mountain Painting.
It was this Indian dude.
Mountain Painting because I'm a black man on the mountains.
It was this Indian dude. He said when he came here, he used to have a white man pitch his work. Matter of fact, there's this viral video that what's the name sent me, and she said that it was a black farmer dude, and he said when he goes to the auctions or they're buying chickens or whatever the fuck farmers do, he employs white people to go do it for him because he's black and he knows he's gonna deal with like racism down in the farming industry and shit like that. So, hiring white people, they got white privilege. You got to use that shit.
So I think if you hire them for, the guys who go out and get your bids and stuff, that's really good. Hey, man, there have been people I've walked up. Nigga, who owns this company?
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? I know the look.
Yeah.
I know the look. Put on my best white voice. I already kind of got a white voice. I show up. Oh, how's it going? Black Mountain Painting.
Nah,
You know
I'm sure you
like,
good. Yeah. No, I'm sure you good. I'm just saying, like, don't try to do the whole, because sometimes you block your blessings. You know, I gotta be honest with you. You block your blessings trying to pick somebody based upon race, and it just be some little Asian kid, and you like, yo, word, you really want to learn this shit? He like half black, half Asian, or some shit like that, and he homeless, and he just wants to learn. You know what I mean? Don't block your blessings like that, even if he's white.
Like a good felon trying to change his life.
Yeah.
I feel like then a lot of most is that hired.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, go get back to work. Let me get back to these super chats.
Bill, yo.
All right, yo, Hotep and Bill. I'm just wasting time because I don't gotta leave till. Actually, I gotta leave in about. I'll say to be safe in like 15 minutes. Damn, actually, I gotta leave. All right, let me rip through the supers. It's 5 o'clock. Shit. Sitting here bullshitting. Metastep. Can I plug my new EP I'm dropping on Bandcamp later tonight? Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. I'ma still beat all y'all construction workers in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because all you construction workers are stubborn meatheads. I grew up around it. Like, all y'all doing is telling me the same shit that my dad and their friends told me. And then I'll be looking at the Italians and they got landscaping businesses with fucking 20 employees and shit. And y'all be telling me that it's not possible. And I just watch the Italians do it. And I'm just like, oh, you don't want quality work? Yeah, all right, whatever. Okay, sure. So you actually want to keep doing it. All right, you got it. Y'all will get it later. I mean, what good is it if you can't spend time with your family? What good is having a business if you can't spend time with your family? You out fucking doing work. What's the point of working if you're not working to not work? I want to be with my kids. I'm working so I don't even got to fucking do the Grift Report no more.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Isn't that what we work for? We work to not work. It's life. Retro Neon, $20 super. Hey, Jay, my friend read your book, Unbreakable Rules. He said that you put women in the superior gender, are the superior gender. He said, are they? I said no, because I saw a woman as superior, but women on social standpoint think they are. No. The dumbass hoes on the internet are not superior. I'm talking about pure raw genetics. Woman came before man. It's the primacy of the species, and it's a man's world, but it'll be nothing without a woman or a girl. Okay, as James Brown once said, women are the apex predator. Hard pill to swallow, but the truth is the truth, man. Truth is the truth. I mean, look at your country. Blue hair, white women. Isn't that what y'all be complaining about? They get shit done. And you can't do shit about it. You losing to blue haired white women. And you telling me that women are the apex predator while you get your ass whooped? All right. Black men are completely silenced because of black women. They are afraid of black women. They're afraid to speak their opinion because of black women. You're going to tell me that women aren't the apex? All right. Did I do a show on reparations? Nah, I don't care about reparations. It's a stupid conversation. It's like it's like flat earth theory. Oh shit.
Hotep, you're a genius.
I just put that shit into perspective. Oh wow. Reparations is like flat earth theory. That's how real it is. Wow. It's like arguing about the moon landing. Flat earth theory is probably better. That's what it is. Reparations is the moon is fucking. We not losing the women, we losing the simps. Well, you just reinforce. I love when people think they argue with me and then reinforce my point. What are simps? What are simps? Simps are nothing but the legion, the army of women. That's what a simp is. A simp will do anything for a woman. Desperate for women. It's a simp. It's a female army. It's an army of women. That's why I love when people argue with me, because y'all just be, you think you arguing with me, but we saying the same thing. I done work because I did work. All things come to an ending. Do it. Keep moving. Yeah. Jeremy R. $5 Subo. He said, I painted a friend's house back in Maine in 2019. He sold it for around $480,000 that year. Damn. Shit. Sick ass paint job. Excuse me. I'm still looking for ways to cut costs though. Whatever they may be. You know. The thing is like when people hear me say cut costs, they always omit the whole thing. Like it's like, how do I increase quality and cut costs at the same time? Like I'm not compromising quality for cost. I might even increase my cost for quality. But I'm doing so that I can charge more for the job, which at the end of the day is saving me money. Because I get to charge more for the job because I'm doing better quality. You know? That's what it's about. I'm very much about buying the most expensive thing, though, to give quality. I mean, that's what we do with Apex. This is like the fucking, what's the most quality shit I can fucking put on the market? Okay, this is the highest quality? Give me that. That's what I want. I don't want to fucking heckle over price. I want to sell people expensive shit because that's what it's worth. You know, I definitely want to do that. All right, let me get out of here. Oh, shit. We're back tonight, 8 p.m. Hotep's been told you. I got to fucking set the thing up because I'm not going to be back until later. I just realized I have to do that. It's going to eat into my time. What should I put on the cover? I have to do that now. What should I put on the cover for tonight? Chat, what should I put on the cover for tonight? Y'all got to help me work while I'm here. Black Twitter report. Here we go. Fat Joe? Maybe I could do Fat Joe and Meek Mill? Is that what we're doing? Are we doing another phenomenon is people picking a company because they cost more? Well, yeah, higher cost is higher perceived value. That's why I'm not lowering my prices. All right, Joe. I gotta watch what video? I watched the Fat Joe. I watched the Fat Joe video. Is that what we're doing? Fat Joe and Meek Mill? I think that's what I'm doing. We're back tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big Meech getting out of jail? I know BMF coming back to TV. I think the new season's starting soon. Is 50 doing like BMF power? Is that what we're doing here? I think that's a pretty good idea. That's actually interesting. So that, you know, we're not competing with each other. That's probably okay. That'd be a funny cover, right? Yeah, I think I should do that. Can only see black people? What are you talking about, Tari? All right, I'm out of here. Be well, stay married, tell somebody in your family that you love them. And as always, Hotep and Bill.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan,